Hi, everyone. Welcome to Slamfire Radio. This is episode 647, recording on March 25th, 2026. I'm one of your hosts, Adriel.
I'm another host,
Dave.
Kyle.
Did Random Gay technically went? I am Cowtown Tony.
There we go.
I don't have the show notes up yet, so I wasn't sure if it was my turn, but there was an
Jump in whenever you want to.
There was an uncomfortable pause there, and I felt I had to fill it. Much like Natalie Provost at a press conference. See what I did there.
All right. Well, we probably got lots to talk about for what we did in guns. Tony, did you want to start us off?
Sure, I didn't do a ton in guns. I was doing more reloading prep. So now I have all my 2T3 brass sized, trimmed, deprimed. I haven't washed them yet. So that's the last step before they go onto the progressive machine of death and come out to be ammo, probably for 3-gun matches. So that'll be good. I did also do some other reloading things related to this one, the 303 in the corner. I do enjoy shooting it a bit. I don't love the stock. So me and Adriel might sort that out in a bit. Like the stock has this...
Sort it out as input military wood and restore it to its former God-designed glory.
We'll see if that's even a possibility, because this one has the hunting special top rail. So, but it does have the bayonet leg, so I can attach a bayonet on this hunting rifle. It has this, well, I'm guessing it is designed for a scope, so I have this offset cheek piece and this low rise, so I'm like hitting myself in the face every time I shoot it when I try to use the iron sights, because this is the height that's not for iron sights. Maybe for iron sights, you probably want it to be like this-ish. But overall, I like 303, so I have the reloading dice. I'm gonna shoot it more.
Nice.
How do you shoot a 311 bullet diameter gun cheaply?
Pull down 7.62 by 39.
You have 7.6239 bullets, and these are plated bullets. That means they have speed limits. On the website from Barry's, it's technically 2,000, but for some reason it says 24 here. That's not the most important thing. Generally speaking, for 303 loads, you won't find speed that low. So what do? You get kind of special powder. You get Hodgdon H4985. No, 4895.
You could use little gun too.
Well, probably, or some other things. This is the recommended powder by Hodgdon for reduced loads. They have a document on it. You are supposed to load it at a minimum of 60% of your max charge. So that ends up just slightly below 30 grains for 303, which I think their lower charge from their book is about 37 grains, and that's pushing 25. So that should give me a very good velocity for 123 grain bullets. But here is the kicker. These were successful. These are, some listener might remember, I have them range pickup, Remington Peters, RP headstands, 303 brass. In comparison to factory loads, you can see they're nice and small and short.
Yeah, kind of little.
It's so tiny.
Dropped it. Anyway, for some reason, if I'm using SMB brass, then I don't have enough neck tension. There would be like a tiny little bit of resistance, and they slip through the neck. But for the Remington Peters brass, it's fine. But these are all 311 bullets. I also have regular, this is Spear, 150 soft point, 311 bullets, and these work fine. So it's still the experimental thing at the moment. I'm trying to be proud of my little project, trying to shoot 303 very cheaply, hopefully accurately still. We'll see if it's a success in the end. The concept is kind of correct. It doesn't have as much bearing surface on these, so the neck tension isn't as much as you would imagine on a regular full power load, but they're like, I'm not pulling it apart.
How deeply seated are they in the neck, Tony?
From what I understand, they're pretty much all the way in there.
Okay.
Their overall length is still pretty short, but the books have low data for 125 grain Hornadies, which is still 7.62 bullets, but like for faster, so you can shoot them faster as you would be using a full powder charge. And those are jacketed bullets, so it's not a problem. These are plated. That's where the speed limit comes from. I'll probably crimp these and just see how they shoot. Neck tension would generally affect that. Or you could lose a bullet if you're shooting a really heavy recoiling gun, which these won't be. So that's probably not a concern. So
is anyone carrying the new through 3 bullets? Like, have you tried the new Cam Pros maybe?
That's what I was about to mention, is the Cam Pro new releases, they have a different 180 grain, some kind of a heavier and more plated 311 bullet size offering. I haven't seen them on the market yet, as with the 400 grain 451 bullets for the Bushmaster.
Yeah, maybe
I haven't seen those yet. Those might just resolve. Well, they're heavier, so that's more lead, so that's more material, so they still might be a little bit more expensive than these guys, but they might just put out the whole guessing game of, is this actually going to... I do have a chronograph, so this is going to be a next step. It's probably going to be a longer term project, and if I ever get to it, there's going to be a YouTube video for it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hopefully. I have to check the community guidelines again and see if that's still kosher. Won't be providing any low data or anything, but I don't know. Is a component list already too much?
No, I think that should be fine
for YouTube. So that will be a side issue. I guess I should show.
So, Tony, before you go on, the real question that everyone wants to know is, once you get that Enfield rebuilt and you get ammo loaded, are you going to go take over a small African country?
No, because...
Or India? No.
Are you going to oppress anyone and force them to do opiates?
If I can do that in Shanghai and become the Lord of Shanghai, I wouldn't be against it in a particular historical context, but probably not. You need F-15s, as one of the old American leaders said. And I guess I'll show Adriel one of his future rifles. Not this particular one, the other serial number, but I've been looking at this thing. I've been talking to Jason Phillip used to be the CCFR. I want to note that he is no longer officer with the CCFR. He is just a proud member, but you can go find him if you go to Slamfire Radio episode 351 or episode 33, a full 12 years ago by mass, but technically, actually, it's 13 years ago. That episode was from November 2013.
Wow.
You can also find him at the Facebook group, which I'll post on Discord as well, Mountain View Rimfire Precision Trigger Puller. And if you behave and are a CCFR member for insurance purposes, you will get to shoot gophers on his property. So that'll be pretty cool. So this is my, can't say the word weapon because it's not a weapon. This is my firearm of choice for that particular application. And I'll have my Vortex Diamondback 6224 on here, which was bought as a rimfire precision scope. Not really ever used in that regard because IPSC style things was more fun to younger Tony. So, yeah.
Cool.
Let's go to Dave next. What have you been up to in Ontario?
I was at the Toronto Sportsman Show with the Ontario Rifle Association booth, the Ontario Council of Shooters booth, technically, of which the Ontario Rifle Association is a part. So I stood around for Thursday and Friday. Unfortunately, did not see Ms. Kelly because she was there Saturday and I was long gone, but stood around for 2 days and talked guns with people. It was awesome. Took my Remington 700 in the KDEX stock with me just for some eye candy. Greg, one of our other members that was with me, he brought his Renegades. We had some cool guns for the kids to look at, and amazing how many people went, "Oh, I thought these were banned." We're like, it's a sad AR-15. It's not real. Sorry, kids. But at least we had it for people to look at. And the show was really good. It was a ridiculous number of people there. Absolutely ridiculous. All the gun orgs were there. The CCFR, NFA, and the CSSA. They had booths. The folks from Victory Ridge from Barrie were there. And there were a few other gun stores. I should have written them down. I don't remember. Gagnon's was there, and 2 others were there. There was not a massive amount of gun stuff there, but there wasn't last year either. There hasn't been really since the bans. Pre-ban, there was a ridiculous ton of gun stuff at the show, which was amazing. So a lot less gun stuff, but the show was good. I had a good time. Talked about guns, and there were dogs all around us. It's a dog-friendly place, and we were right next to the dog training arena, so it was awesome. Got to listen to the conservation officers talk about how they train their dogs, which was pretty cool. Saw lots of cool puppies. And I think that was about it. I want some swag next year, some Slamfire swag to give away, because I talked to probably a couple hundred people and I could handle them all a Slamfire something. So we'll do that for next year.
Something that we can make a couple hundred of for cheap then.
Yeah, a sticker or something. Like people just like swag. They don't really care what it is. But yeah, stickers or something like that would be cool. And I talked to Rick and Kelly because I want to take some. I turned a bunch of people on to Maple Seed as well, because I had a ton of new gun owners, like ridiculous. Either people that had just gotten the PAL, were in the process of waiting for the PAL, had just taken the PAL course. Like I talked to probably, I don't know, like 50 people who were just getting into guns, which was amazing. So it was really, really nice to have a chat with those folks and, encourage them and find out what they were into. And most of them expressed disappointment that they couldn't buy handguns and AR-15s. So that was cool too. That made me happy. Got to renew my club membership, so I've been working on that, and that is about it.
How is your club membership in the middle of the year?
Both of my clubs expire March 31st.
Oh, fiscal year.
Yeah, that's pretty common.
Yep. Nobody Dustin. Nobody. Hey. Nobody particularly wants to drive out to the gun club or do any gun stuff in the middle of January or February around here. So I think that's why most of them wait till March. The ORA, we're not shooting until April anyway.
Is like online not a thing?
Yeah, all of ours are calendar year out here.
Oh yeah,
Alberta is a weird place.
Damn you and your Gregorian calendars.
I don't know, the national year is too convenient.
2 of the gun clubs I used to belong to were calendar year, but the 2 current ones are March to March. Yep. That was it. Dustin, you're here. What'd you do?
Oh, it's been a busy week. I've been screwing around with my set a little bit, pardon me, making some adjustments.
Actually,
yeah, I'm still working, adjusting things. So this side's new, that side's old. Not sure what I like yet. It's been a busy week, man. I was pushing burnout, if I can be honest. Friday last week was a little bit much. But I got to play with lots of machine guns, and it's hard to, have a frown face when you get to play with machine guns.
Machine guns do turn that frown upside down.
They really do. The last couple of days, built and painted some replicas, which was fun. That's always cool. Legally, again, for those listening, I'm licensed to do so. And I printed some pistol stands for my video stuff. So
nice.
Fun. Yeah, they come apart. So it's kind of cool.
Nice.
There's
foldable.
Yeah, exactly. So they're going to fit in my whole little video kit. Oh, that was the other thing. On the weekend, I started playing around with, because I got some new studio lights for the YouTube stuff. And so I started playing around with that. And I started filming a little bit of just test content with a couple of my personal guns at home here on the weekend. And I'm quite pleased with how that all turned out. I know you guys saw it.
You need to enlist a free camera person in your house. You have so many people.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of shooters in the house though. Like, there's not a lot of camera folk.
Sounds like you need a professional hand model.
Yeah, I don't know. I could definitely use another camera person because like trying to sort all that out on my own is a challenge.
I
But
find it's very
You fly me out. I will be your camera bitch, Dustin.
deal. Yeah, you wanna come film in the armory one day? We got a whole bunch of content. So
Yeah, you
got
buy
it.
me a ticket. I'm there. You let me know when,
noted.
and you have to feed me too.
Oh no, you're
I don't
fine
eat
with
a lot.
hot dogs, right?
I don't eat a lot. I'm not a fussy person. I have no.
We've got a
problem.
Costco like 5 minutes away, so we could
Perfect free samples. Nice.
Costco hot dogs every
Costco
day.
hot dogs are $1.50. You're great.
Nice.
I could feed you for like $10. You could stay all week. It'd be great.
Sweet.
Yeah. So it's been a really hectic week. I had a really good day today. Things are, for as crazy as our show is, I can tell you, I cannot wait another year and I can talk about it with more detail. But my goodness, it's been psychotic, but it's great. Yeah, that's all I've got to talk about because I didn't finish filling out my thing. Sorry.
I saw you
It's-
typing.
okay.
That's why I picked on you, to be honest.
Yeah, I could. Of course you did.
I got to screw with Dustin.
Oh wait, no, I talked about everything else political stuff wise. So yeah, gotta adjust that.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll take over while you just fill in some more stuff or whatever. I did an pal weekend, full. That was a long weekend, but that basically paid for the trip that I did for the weekend afterwards. So
Nice.
yeah, well done. Like that worked out really nicely. I'll kind of rip through like my thoughts on Mystery Mountain, and then Kyle can kind of pop in when he does his. But this is my first time traveling with guns to the U.S. And just for like a very short recap for people, you need your Form 6 NIA. That's the form that lets you go into the States with guns and ammo. You get that once or twice a year. Make sure you get it well ahead of time. And then that goes with you. You get your ATT that takes you to the airport and back for any restricted firearms, like your handguns and that kind of thing. Make sure your ammo is in boxes. And that's about it. Your guns need to go in a case that's locked and sturdy and all that kind of stuff.
Did you
if
take
you're-
pistols?
Say again, Dave?
Did you take pistols with you?
I took a pistol. Yeah, I took
And
my
did
Shadow
you
2.
have to do? Last time I was going to the States, I didn't take a pistol because they told me I had to get like an import-export permit from Global Affairs, so I didn't
No,
bother
such.
because it was
Nope.
weird.
No,
Oh.
no such thing.
Did they ask you for your invite to the event?
That they did on the way in. The customs people wanted an invite, so I basically brought like a crap load of paper. I brought my welcome to the match as like my invite. It's like, yeah, here's the email that I got, therefore I'm invited. That's all the guy on the way down really wanted to see. On the way back, so Canada Customs, when we arrived in Edmonton, they wanted to see the ATTs and the guns. They didn't check serial numbers or anything like that. Yeah, they did. That's the first time I've ever had my ATT checked by anyone.
Neat. Somebody knew what they were doing.
I guess. I mean, it's like they could check it. I guess it's a good idea. Maybe, I don't know. When you see like 16 people coming through your airport with guns, you'd assume that they know what the heck they're doing. But
Yeah.
I guess.
Last time Brian and I went down, U.S. Customs was somebody who wasn't me on the trip forgot to check a box, so they gave us a hassle about not checking the box, of course.
Mhm.
And we get called into customs, and they're like, "Hey guys, you want to check out the guns?" I'm like, "Cool, we get to show off our guns," and then they just hassled us and let us go. I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah.
On the way back to Canada, the lady at customs had no idea what to do with legal guns. She wasn't sure how any of this would work. So she's like, "Do you have like a license or something?" Like, yes. She's like,
they
"Oh."
checked that on us on the way in as well. They checked to make sure that we had a pal, our pal.
Well, and she
Well,
said,
just a
"Let me
license.
call my boss." And he's like, "Do they have a license?" And she's like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Have a nice day."
That's
Okay.
what should happen.
I
Like,
guess
yeah,
I'll
so it
probably
could
know
work.
what to do with guns
nice.
more.
well, keep in mind, especially for Edmonton, there's a ton of American hunters that fly up to Canada, and they're
Yeah,
going
true.
to fly through Edmonton, and then they're going to go hunting up north, hunting bear or moose or elk or deer or whatever. So there's a ton of people actually coming through this airport with guns.
Ooh, I have to bring
Okay,
something
that's
up.
cool.
Do you know that you cannot, if you go do the reverse, go hunt in America, you can't bring your game animal back home.
That
That
kind
is
of makes
shipped.
sense. Yeah.
You can get it shipped. It's got to be inspected and then shipped.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
you can't bring it with you per se. That's
No.
what I've read. So.
Like, what were you thinking, Tony? You like throw it on the front of the plane like an F-150 and just strap it on there? You get
No,
a
as
jump
in
seat
like,
for it?
what if I'm at a buddy's place? We have it all vacuum packed right away, and then I'm just gonna put it in my luggage. That's a no go.
Yeah,
They're-
I wouldn't want to do that anyways.
Customs
Fair
is really
enough.
touchy about food and vegetables.
I
and
say
meat and that kind of
fish
thing.
and
Yeah.
seafood is okay.
There's
though,
a
so
there's a
it's-
Simpsons joke about that where they stop Homer at the border and he's got the entire back of the car full of fruit and vegetables and he's got a brochure on his lap that says smuggling fruit and vegetables across state borders for fun and profit. And then he like takes off and there's just fruit everywhere behind him.
A couple of other pro tips for traveling: make sure your case is under 50 pounds. WestJet's supposed to charge you for taking sporting goods, and they're supposed to charge you for oversize, and they're supposed to charge you for over 50 pounds. And all three of these things are supposed to be separate.
Yeah.
They weighed mine. I didn't get charged for any of those things. I just got charged for luggage.
Really?
One checked
Yeah,
luggage. Yeah.
WestJet based
WestJet
for
then.
once. That's
I think the person
interesting.
WestJet drops the ball in a good way.
Well, that tracks. Like, I didn't get charged for sporting goods when I had when I almost got my guns into the U.S. To be fair, like the WestJet portion of it, like they checked my bags, and like I was underweight, but I didn't pay sporting goods or anything like that.
Yeah, sporting goods are supposed to be next and oversized, because any gun case you have will
Right.
be oversized according to the.
Yeah.
You have to, like, if you measure 3 of the like length, width, depth, it's supposed to be less than 150 centimeters, and there's just no way to do that with a gun case without it making it very, very,
Well,
very small.
pistol cases, like
Sure,
full
but
size
not a
rifle
long
cases
gun
won't
case.
Not
do
real
that.
Yeah,
gun
in that case,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anywho, yeah, make sure your case is under $50 so you don't get tripped up by that one. It doesn't cost, because like it sounds like just a little bit of money, but like all your check bags are like $40, then another 50 and another 50, and you could be paying like $150 each way if you get dinged on some of those things.
Owie.
Yeah, I stayed at an Airbnb with 3 other guys, which was perfect, because that's how many people you could.
Nice.
For 4 people in a van with all your guns and gear, that's about as much as that vehicle can hold anyways, so that was nice from that perspective.
How
There
many-
was Mhm.
How many beds were at this Airbnb?
Too many,
comment.
says Adriel.
okay. Well, I'll let Kyle talk about the one he was at, but yeah, that one had
Ooh.
quite a bit more people.
Oh.
In terms of gear, so I used my Shadow 2, I used my A5 shotgun, and I started with Kyle's IWI for rifle. I used some drilled out PMags, so just like with the
Nice.
rivetless. Oh, it felt so good. Drilling those rivets out.
Freedom.
For the Shadow, I found some 17 round mags, which is like standard capacity, but with the mag well, it doesn't really fit that well in there, those mags. So I chopped I'd done this before. I chopped the floor plates down to make them fit, and then I was driving around with the guys, and we found a CZ custom shop. And do you think they had extended base pads? Of course they had extended base pads. So I got
Nice.
+3 on those for a total of 20 rounds in those mags. And then for my
Wow.
A5, Kyle bored me one of his tubes, so I could fit 13 in the tube if I wanted to on that one, for a total of 15. So greatly increased capacity.
So if I'm hearing this right, you had like double the capacity of a legal handgun in Canada, or more than double the capacity of a legal semi-auto shotgun in Canada,
In his pants, by
and no
mistake.
one
Oh.
died.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And
Not
the
a
rifle
single
was
person.
rifle was a 40 round mag too.
No
Can we
one
talk
died.
about the 15 rounds for a minute?
So much freedom.
What about the 15?
Well, I mean, it did jam on me.
Well,
Oh,
no,
found-
like
Oh, I
really,
found out after day 1 that I wasn't supposed to start with that in the gun. I was supposed to, so I did.
Yeah.
I didn't
Oh.
after.
yeah,
oh
modified.
yeah, after day one.
Yeah, Kyle let me know, like, you're only supposed to have 9 in there.
Well, we're watching a video, and I'm like, "Where'd you do your reload?"
You know
What's
what?
the reload?
If the range officer doesn't call you on it, it's legal.
Well, they should.
That's the thing. They should have called him on it, because
Yeah.
any division other than modified, you're gonna have. It was buckshot specifically, so you would have had to reload, or
Yeah.
So it's the RO's fault.
Oh,
And
well.
mine. I should know the rules too. Yeah, I think like in terms of belt, I probably could have got away with less stuff on my belt. Like I went down with two 12 round caddies, and I just needed 1.5 of those. I also brought down like a 4, an 8, and a couple of other things, and I probably could have like just the two 12s would have been fine. I didn't need anything extra on top of that. Pistol mag pouches, I left 3 on my belt. I only needed 2. Like, there was one in the gun, there was the other 2. I could have used the magnet or just put one in the back pocket or something like that. And then I did end up using for the AR mag pouch. I took my double and I removed one of them, so it was just a single, and that was the right move because I never. Actually, I can't say that. On one stage, I actually did go to a pocket mag, but I'll talk about that in just a
As
second.
opposed to an entire brace of magazines like some sort of pathetic pirate.
Yeah, you don't need that when your gun has just
No.
oodles and oodles of capacity on it.
Nope.
Oh yeah, and Jennifer made up these cool T-shirts for us to
that's sweet.
rep Alberta on the way down. There were 17 shooters there from Alberta.
Wow,
That's awesome.
I'm not sure if there. I don't know any of the 3-gun shooters from like the rest of the country, so I'm not sure if there were other 3-gun countries from the rest of Canada, but I don't know if there were or not. Probably, maybe not. I don't know. In terms of other things to pack next time, just a small toolkit would be a good idea. Probably, like there was lots of people out there with tools, but it's nice to have just your own little toolkit just in case. A sun shirt. It was 40 degrees Celsius there for most of the days we were shooting, and when I got back to Canada here, like right now it's, I don't know, minus 15 and snowing, and
Something like that, yeah. Alberta's great.
it was stark. The flying out in the t-shirt and the flying in, be like, where's the ground? Oh, that is the ground. It's just covered in snow, and it's snowing right now. Yeah, so I've never used a sun shirt. You've seen people using them, I'm like, man, that looks hotter than it looks cool, but
no,
it's just like a really thin, long sleeve shirt. So and it was handy more than just for sunburns, because there was like, it's 40 degrees, full sun. They for whatever reason they paint all their cars black there, all their like prop cars, and if you lean on them, they are friggin' hot. So you need a little bit of fabric there to keep yourself from getting just roasted on that stuff.
Damn.
So yeah, sun shirt. And then like there's a couple things that I left behind. I'm like, I'm not gonna need a knife, I'm not gonna need gloves, sunblock. I'll buy that stuff at Walmart if I need to. And some of it I ended up rebuying. And now what? Now I'm bringing gloves back to Canada. I went to Walmart and got like a Walmart knife so I could have something on me to, do knife stuff with. And
you got it for your next trip.
I'm stacking it next to all the other knives that are like sitting right here, right? I didn't need to buy another one. Anyways, yeah, so I'm not gonna. And loaders and that kind of thing. Again, I packed small. I only took a carry-on and my guns.
Wow.
That's it. No check bag.
Nice.
Next time I'm just gonna check a bag.
Yeah.
I was the only one who didn't check a bag.
Well, if you got guns anyway, what difference does it make? You still got to wait at the carousel. So
it's another $80 there and back. And I'm a cheapskate.
Yeah,
As you guys know, I'm a cheapskate. Yeah. The weather was hot. But the nice thing is that all the stages had water on ice. So
I heard on the radio on your run recording, you need water.
Not only just water, because there's been days where it's been like mid-30s where I've been shooting, and I've had enough water, but I can't cool myself off.
You need external cooling power.
You need cold water. Yeah. So that was good. The stages, they were tough but doable. I like very tough in some ways. We needed to. We got a chance to walk them the day before on the Thursday, and even on the Wednesday if we wanted to, and we needed to, because they were complicated enough where you needed to like decode them, get a plan. I was lucky enough to be on the squad with David Knox, and his stage decoding skills are really good. So a couple of times like he said like, here's the plan. You do this. Like, it's that's obviously the only way to shoot this thing. There weren't really a lot of like gaming opportunities. There was very few high risk, high reward moves you could make. There's only like 1 or 2 stages that had anything like that, and very few choices like where it would be like, oh, I don't know if I should use my shotgun or my handgun for this part. Very few places where that those questions would come up for you. Mostly it was you just need to memorize the stage plan and execute on it.
So good stage design then.
Yeah, and there was a lot of lot of forced positions, which I like. You couldn't just like stand and deliver on the whole thing. You had to move around to get different looks and different things needed to shoot. The competitors there were really good. I mean, I think, Kyle, is this the biggest 3-gun match in the
I would
state?
say by attendance,
By
yes.
count? Yeah, 360 competitors.
Yeah,
So
usually
looking at the other
it
ones,
gets close to
not even
400
close.
shooters.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's awesome.
They got the heat, and they weren't like schmucks. We had one person on our squad who was a bit slower than everyone else, but everyone else was like in the thick of it or like hot. Like I was watching and be like, Jesus Christ, what am I even watching here? They were quick. Yeah, there's some neat activators too on some of the different stages and that kind of thing. In terms of the prize table, went by like how many people were in your division and then where you ranked in the division. I was lucky enough. I think luck played into it, but I was lucky enough to that's the wrong person, to get third.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
In a limited division. Now, limited division, I found out later didn't have very many people in it, but yeah, still got third. And I was like 1% off of first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a tight
It's
race.
like 0 point
Like,
some percent.
That one slip cost you first, eh? Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's lots of little slips. That slip or this slip or that one or miss that slog. Oh, there's lots of different little things in there. Like, oh, that could have done it right there. Yeah. The what ifs are hurting, but
Well, the falling isn't helping. That looks like it hurt.
I did biffer pretty good on one of the stages. Yeah.
That was the one I was.
Did have a pretty good biff that I shared with you guys there.
Albertans don't understand. What is sand? Traction not
Oh, it wasn't the
understandable.
sand. There was a big root on the ground. A really exposed
Oh.
root, and my foot slipped on it. I was wearing cleats, and they
Albertans,
still
what
didn't-
is big plants? Don't understand that either.
what are big rocks and plants on my stage? Yeah, I wasn't the only person to biff it though at that match. Yeah, so when I walked the prize table, like I wanted a gun or a start of a rifle, but the start of the rifle there was a loaded lower, but it had just like mil-spec stuff in it. So I'm like, I don't know if I really want that. So I was taking a look at some of the other stuff they had there. They didn't have anything I wanted, so I picked the most expensive thing and gave it to Kyle because
That was very kind, Adriel. Thank you.
well, I'm gonna be borrowing the shotgun tube again next time I come down, and maybe a rifle. I don't know, but yeah, they had a Dylan gift card for like $500. I'm like, that's probably the most expensive thing on the table.
Nice.
There we go. Yeah. My total cost, okay, flight $350, and I saved from not going with extra bags and that kind of thing. The match was $550. This is all in Canadian. Match is $550.
I'm sorry, you paid $350 for the flight?
Yeah.
Good God, I paid $1,200 to fly from Toronto to Thunder Bay.
Dave, you
Thunder
shouldn't tell
Bay.
people that. $300 for the flight, but $550 for the match.
That's a penalty for wanting to go to Thunder Bay.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Airbnb was $730. It was a nice Airbnb. It was 5 minutes from the range. A swimming pool, AC, like all the stuff inside, washing machine, all that other good stuff. Lots of supplies. It was fantastic.
That's awesome.
Ammo was $525. The rental car, I think it's going to be around $260. Meals, I have no idea, 300-ish, somewhere around there. I think my total was $2,700, somewhere in there.
That's
Not terrible.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
It's not bad.
It's a week of vacation, including $500 worth of ammo.
Maybe
Yeah.
half that to
Yeah,
hunting
a
one
Mexican
year.
all-inclusive, right? Something like that. As you can hear from me, I did get a cold
No.
somewhere over there.
Ironic.
Every
Yeah,
time
well, very
someone from
ironic.
Slamfire goes to the US, something's coming back with them.
No, from SHOT Show, it was fine.
Shot show. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah, you got sick. The rest of us were fine.
I think for for next time, the places where I can save money, cooking at the Airbnb rather than getting food.
Yep.
Like go to a Walmart, pick up we did this a couple of nights. Pick up a rotisserie chicken and some salad. Make yourself some chicken salad, or pick up some pizza and then just make it at home inside the oven instead of ordering in. Right, all
Yeah.
that stuff can save quite a
She
bit.
adds up
quite a bit of
over a
money.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Over a week, that stuff adds up. Ammo costs, I think, we need to look for like some good Black Friday sales and that
What
kind of
did
thing.
you buy in terms of ammo? Like you bought everything down there
Craig,
because
Craig and
shipping
Kyle
was
managed like a huge group buy, and that's what we did.
cool.
I think that's the way to go. Yeah, is just a big group buy. Yeah, that was the match. It was a good time. I had a good time. I think, it's fun.
Now, would you do it again?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
You know the answer
Yeah.
to that is yes. Yeah.
So he's
And
got to
then the-
win next time.
I need to figure out
Watch out for that
what
route next time. I know
division. Yeah,
you.
watch out for that route. Don't slip on that. Maybe
You wear
get a little bit more
spikes.
time with that rifle at different distances. I was using Kyle's rifle, and I was sharing it with Mark, one of our other shooters on the squad. But we found like we were very close in the shooting order, and the gun was. It's 40 degrees out. After you shoot it, it does not cool down. It just stays stinking hot to the point where you needed a glove to be able to shoot it on the forend, right? One of the other people on our squad DQ'd fairly early on, so I used his rifle after that. So I swapped from one rifle to the other, which is not really a big deal. They're both ARs. Who really cares, right? But it would be nice to get like some time on the gun at long range at like your 400 and 500. I ended up overshooting a lot of my targets because I was assuming I would get more drop than I ended up getting on the gun.
Yeah, no,
thinking about-
that inversion was real this time with that heat.
Yeah.
It was changing the ballistics.
Yeah, you're
quite a
thinking
bit.
about cold weather ballistics, which the powder won't burn as good.
Well, I did the Strelok thing where I zeroed at this temperature and the temperature was high, but it wasn't. Maybe it could have been higher. Maybe the
I
powder
don't
was
think it
hotter, or maybe that was that
compensates
inversion
for-
around the mountain that caused some upward wind on it to not drop as much. That would help. And maybe a little bit more time on the handgun because I think my handgun shooting on a couple of my stages was really what was holding me back in terms of just doing better. But
Sounds like you need optic.
no, that's not the solution. So after coming back, I applied for my BFL, so I'm trying to get my business firearms license. That application's in. Let's see what else. I got a rifle. So there's a box waiting for me at home here. It's this one right here. This is a Savage 12 FV,
Whoa!
which is their
barrel.
heavy barrel.
Ooh, big barrel.
Long.
Yeah. 26-inch barrel, blind mag on it, so there is no magazine.
Wow.
It's feed from the top. Big ol' bolt handle. It's a very budget friendly precision rifle. I was looking for one of
budget-friendly.
these, or like actually, I thought I had bought this other one from this other guy, but then like he said, yeah, I'll be in Edmonton mid-March, and mid-March kind of went by. I'm like, I texted him like, yo, what's going on? And he's like, sorry, I sold it to someone else. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. And then I saw this one. This was a way better deal, though. This was like, when I saw it, I'm like, I'm calling this person right now.
How much is it? Can we know or no?
Yeah, you can know. It was $650 with the scope
Whoa!
and the
With-
buy
Whoa!
and the gun. Yeah, all
Wow,
in.
jeez.
Yeah. The scope is Bushnell's AR-308 in a 4.5 to 18.
Interesting choice.
It's like a $300 scope. I'm not going to
Yeah,
use the
it's not.
scope. I'm not going to use the bipod, the little rear rand on there. But the
Nice.
rifle itself is originally those things were around the $600 mark, and right now, like you can't get them for that cheap right now, anyways. So, yeah, the only downside I would say is that it's not threaded for a muzzle brake, so I can't put a brake on there. But 6.5 doesn't have a lot of recoil, anyways. So I don't know.
You
if
have
I
a
really care.
26-inch heavy barrel. Your
Yeah.
recoil is handled, I think.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fine.
I think so as well. So I'm going to use that for testing precision optics, probably some different stocks and that kind of thing. So I might talk to MDT or those kind of guys to see if I can get a stock for this thing to test with.
Sounds like I need to send you my golden eagle.
Golden Eagle, no, is that a scope?
Yep. 15
Tony,
to
I
60
showed
power.
I showed you what was sitting on this rack over here, right? I got
Do
scopes.
you have a
scopes.
Do you have a scope that goes to 60 power?
No, but I don't want a scope that goes to 60
Okay.
power. I got 6 to 24s and 5 to 30s and all sorts of everything in between. All
60
all
power is great. You finally get to see just how bad your barrel's wobbling.
Or how bad my aim is. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't want a 60 power. That's for looking at the moon and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this weekend coming up, I don't actually think I have anything. I was thinking about going to the range, but if the weather is this crap, I don't know if I can make it out. But
You should
we'll see.
durability test your Turkish 08. That doesn't work already.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I want to show. So, one of the sponsors of this match is Speed Bees, and one of our other shooters had said, "Hey, you want to try with their 1022 one?" I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of do," because like it's impossible finding a good one that works. Here it is, and so you take your magazine,
Scissor
put
hand.
it in the bottom right there. And I did end up trying this just before. It actually works really well. So you just you drop your shells on your lap, but you take them in there and
Yeah.
you just kind of put them in there. Whoop! I'm just dropping them all over the place here. Let's get that going properly. Yeah. Oh, pardon me. Good radio there. Yeah. So hey, just drop them in there, and unlike the Caldwell one, it works.
Well, there's
click in
also
there.
one from what's the Israeli company called? Shoot, everybody uses them.
IWI?
Ones. No, the shoot, what are they called? The mag loader that you spring, and everyone has it for 9mm.
Uplula.
Uplula, yeah.
Yeah, but that's
That's not as automatic.
not for 1022.
No, it has a 1022 one. Have you never seen it?
I've never.
That one's not bad. That one's more simple. You still have to push the round in yourself. I think the Speed Bees have probably advantage for bigger cartridges. I don't find
this one is really nice for the 22s. Like in terms of the action on it, it's you almost the plastic resistance is almost more than trying to get the round in. It's so nice and smooth.
Yeah, most of them
got
are
good
like
leverage.
the scissor thing. So if you have arthritis, I think it's gonna work pretty good.
I may have to get something like that because every time I do an apple seed or a maple seed, it is such a pain in the ass to load those 1022 magazines all weekend. I hate it.
Well, I was thinking, sometimes at my events, like at my maple seeds, I've got like if it's
Kids?
cold or kids,
Yeah.
that's easy enough for a kid to use, and it's not going to be hard on their fingers to load. So
Fun too.
yeah, I might just throw that in my kit just for that.
That's smart.
I guess that's it for me. Kyle, how about you?
Well, I went to Superstition Mountain. So yeah, I had a lot of gear to load, that's for sure. And I was getting a little nervous when I was getting it ready, and ended up successfully playing what I call master level Tetris, and somehow got it all into the truck. And yeah, got out to Arizona a few days before Adriel. I got there Sunday night, because we had a few guys that were gonna shoot the staff match in RO, the main. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, so I had to bring out gear and whatnot.
Is the staff match like 3 days early or something like that? It's a big
Yeah,
match.
well, yeah, I mean it's a big match, so they actually shoot it over 2 days.
Accelerated. Okay.
Yeah, so like we're on a half for the main match. It's on a half-day schedule, and then they shoot it over basically 2 full days.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I drove out to have them their guns and stuff, and get into the house and whatnot. So yeah, I had a few extra days to run around, do some shopping and whatnot. And one of the stops that is a place called Pancetta, knives, pens, and that. So I actually picked up a few things. I picked up a new out the front, new Microtech.
Ooh.
Nice.
Very prohibitive for Canada.
Yes. Because I just wanted a new one, and I already had that plan. And then I saw this little utility knife there, and it was actually cheap. Like it was $80. It's just got a little mag lock, and it just gravity
that's
hinge.
clever.
That's fun.
Yeah. So yeah, and it just takes your normal utility blade.
Nice.
That is super cool. I love
Yeah.
it.
And I was there. I had to get out of there because I kept looking and buying stuff. I finally got I've been looking at this flashlight for a while. It's the Olight Arc Pro Ultra.
Ooh, I have that light. I have that exact flashlight.
Yeah, I like it. Like I bought it for work because of the
Yep.
laser pointer.
Yep.
Not so. Yeah, I finally got one of those. So far, I like it. It's gonna come in handy, I think.
Did you use the UV light feature on the Airbnb?
No, I'm not that
Never knew
brave.
that, Dustin.
So yeah, well, speaking of Airbnb, the place we got is the same house that we had last year. It's a good sized house, and we filled it this year, so we had 10 guys staying there.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, and that ended up being basically the central house. So, you know, at any given point, like we had up to 18 people in the house, and
Right. So that was the
pool
hookup
and hot
house.
tub. And,
Oh, that was the hookup house. Copy
Yes,
that.
it was.
Sounds like it.
was.
Cheap hookup host too. If you had that many people staying, nice.
it was still for the whole week. I think it worked out. It was $1,500 a person Canadian.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
not terrible
Yeah.
for a week.
For a week though.
So yeah. What else? I was shopping. I did buy some new shooting shoes, so I'm not on the speed cross anymore. I ended up picking up,
Really?
yes, I ended up picking up a pair of Hoka Speed Goats and
Never
trying those
heard.
out. They got more cushion in the sole.
More cushion for the cushion.
Yeah, they actually. It's gonna sound funny, but when you put them on, you actually feel fast. So
Somehow the speed crosses didn't do that.
no, the Speed Crosses didn't have a lot of cushion, didn't have a lot of spring in them.
You know what the
So-
weird
So
thing
your
is?
foot is doing a lot of
weirds
the
me
work.
Yeah, I
out that
mean,
you-
Go
weirds
ahead,
me
Dave.
out that you people have shooting shoes. I just use a pair of 511 combat boots, and that's what I wear for everything.
But you
I
need
have
to run
shooting shoes.
faster.
So I'm not as serious as you
Yeah,
people.
like I like the Speed Cross, but mine are worn out. They don't make my colorway anymore. So I was checking out other options and figured to go because every time after shooting, my feet are sore. I can't wait to get the shoes off, and
Fair
so
enough.
try the Hokas and see how they end up working out. So far, not bad. I mean, I'm starting to get them broken in now. Rifle builds. So got to the house, we were doing a few more rifle builds because guys were bringing out parts to finish builds and whatnot. And all but I'm very happy, sorta, because all but one of the builds ran flawless.
Aw, what happened to the last one?
Well, that was mine.
Cobbler's kid can't have shoes.
So, of course, the most gamey of the builds. So,
Yep.
Yes.
yeah.
You got fancy, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. So, leading up, I got it built, and I'm using the rifle speed gas block, and that comes with 2 plungers. So, I guess forgot one of the plungers at home because I didn't think, I'm just running just 223. It should be fine.
Why is there a plunger in a gas block?
So that's what actually blocks off. It's an adjustable gas block, so
Okay.
so that's what they use
So it's
to
the adjustment screw
yeah.
per
Gotcha.
se.
So here's one right here.
Hmm.
It just clicks on the front, and like there's a dial on the gas block that goes in and out.
Yep.
There's a story behind that one. So I get to the range and I start dialing my gas. I had it cranked all the way down and can't get it to lock back on the 77s. All the way to wide open on the dial, and cool. And I started thinking, I know what I need. That came with a second plunger. I know where that is. Right where I picked it up just now.
Well, that doesn't seem
So,
to be
like,
useful in Arizona.
That's
No.
1,000 kilometers away.
So we were thinking it was really interesting because it locked back with the 55s, but it wouldn't lock back with the 77s.
So it's a gas flow thing.
So
Interesting.
I actually found another rifle speed gas block in stock in town. So I actually went out and bought another gas block just so I could have the plunger. But I actually got the longer one so I can actually dial it in without taking my handguard off.
Okay.
So the one I was originally looking at getting for that gun. So yeah, now I have 2 rifle speed gas blocks. But getting it dialed in, and yeah, okay, cool. I got sighted in, everything cool. Start the match. I think I got a stage or two in, and it starts messing up on me. I think on stage 10, my second stage of the match. Can't remember. No, it was the second day of the match that it started messing up on me, and basically going bolt action. So trying to diagnose that and whatnot, end up rebuilding it. Well, not rebuilding it, but I tore it down, cleaned it up. First stage on Sunday, I had 2 rifle stages. First stage ran fine, cool. All right, new build. Maybe it's just getting gummed up or whatever. And I dialed up the gas a couple notches, and then we got to the last stage of the match, which actually started out great. I starting to do my long distance. I was hitting the first few, and then it goes bolt action again. And messing around. Okay, well, I'm leaning on my mag. Okay, well, lift it up a little bit, touch the mag, bolt drops. Okay, maybe it's a mag issue. So now I'm trying to prop up my rifle without putting too much weight on the mag, but still have the mag for some balance. And it's still doing it, but I'd touch the mag and it would go. So I'm thinking, okay, it's definitely mag. Get through this, and then paper will be fine. I get off, I'm doing paper standing, and it's bolt action. So I end up one-shotting all the paper, just get my A's. And then the rest of the stage went fine with pistol. But, yeah. So that's frustrating. But only thing I can think of is gas. Like, yes, okay, there's a bit of a mag thing going on there, which I gotta look at. But definitely gas. So, and I've already got that other plunger. Like, it's to the point where I might as well not even have an adjustable gas block, it seems.
Well, then why don't you do that? Why don't you take that adjustable nonsense off of there and put a thick fucking block on there?
That's kind of my thought here.
Stop flying so close to the sun.
I have a question for Kyle. Do you have a different weight buffer as well, or is it standard carbine, adjustable gas?
It's the unrivaled competition buffer.
Right, you have the ultra lightweight everything. True.
Yes.
Everybody I know that has a problem with an AR, and I mean like everybody, is because they got all fancy with it and they did not obey Eugene Stoner and just use the damn design that works. Mr. Fancy.
But
it's fun gaming it and getting it tuned just dialed in,
It sounded like you got dialed in alright.
Doing that during a match, that sucks. But
idea.
Not having the time on the rifle beforehand, in essence, I was asking for it. I was confident, falsely. Also, my shotgun decided to do bolt action a bunch during the match too.
So. Is it because it's fancy?
No, I think it's because it's old.
No.
Dave, you know the answer to this question.
I know. I'm just enjoying asking it.
So probably gonna be replacing a bunch of springs on there. I've already replaced a few parts, but yeah. So that's fun. Going into a match and 2 of your 3 guns decide that they want to be bolt actions instead of semis. I did have some mental errors, but those 2 things were a big contributor to my performance. I ended up pulling out 15th in TAC Ops. So overall,
out of how many people though?
So TAC is starting to become the new limited. There was like 38 people in TAC.
Oh, so middle of the pack, even with the gun not working. That's not bad.
Yeah, I can't complain too loud. I'm actually impressed with how far up I was, considering the gun issues and how much time was lost to that. So it's semi-encouraging.
Not semi-automatic, but semi-encouraging.
Yes.
Fully semi-encouraging.
So yeah, that was good stages. To kind of go off what Angel was saying, this was definitely an execution match. There wasn't a lot of tight gotchas or anything. There was a few spots where you wanted to look around the stage to see if there was multiple places to see stuff, because they had some good leans going there and whatnot. So there was a little bit of that, But I think it was just mainly just planning and execution for the most part.
Yeah, a lot of people took a lot of penalties.
Yeah.
And not all from mistakes. There was a couple of things. You're flying clays.
Yeah.
If you didn't have a shell on the shotgun when that clay
Oh.
came out, you didn't only get a miss, you got to fail to engage on it. So there's like
Yeah, so
really stiff penalties on some
that's
of that.
actually something I disagree with, because that's a disappearing target.
That's a
You shouldn't
disappearing
have a fail
target,
to
right.
engage. Yeah, you shouldn't have a fail to engage, but that they were given it. So
Well,
that
it
was actually
encourages
one.
slower shooting when you do that kind of stuff. I would rather have faster shooting. Same with the
And-
the penalties that they had. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and that stage was probably the highest risk reward stage. So they had another cascading stage. Everything was timed. So you had a visual start, not audible. They had a clamshell that was electronically triggered, that it would start rising. As soon as it started rising, you could then take your hands off the
Just give the
axis.
details on it. You had your hands like this. When the clamshell started moving, you pulled your gun out and started shooting. There's no
How
beat.
do they time you then?
It has off the timer. It has a little 5-volt out, and that goes
Cool.
to tell the thing to
I've
start moving.
I've heard for accessibility reasons, USPSA even have that as an option if you can't hear. So
There
I
was
just think I've
someone
never seen
who
it.
can't hear, and they tap him on the shoulder to tell him to start shooting.
True.
But then the rest of it, so there was 3 just turning targets. They're not drop turns, but they turn like a drop turn, and those were separated by time as well. So the first one was right after the clamshell. Then the next ones were actually 4 seconds after the start, and then for the third one, a couple seconds after that for the fourth one. But then 7 seconds after the start, you had your first clay, and as soon as that first clay peaked, your second clay threw up. And then you had a sea of poppers to clear with this as well. So it was a real interesting stage. The really aggressive way to do it, which I went aggressive, but not as aggressive as some people. Like, I saw some videos of guys, and holy cow, and that's just their shooting. They were able to clean up more. Was to take the clamshell and the first turn, take some poppers, take the third
Go
turn,
back.
take some poppers, take the fourth turn, and I ended up doing the fourth turn, going back with my pistol and took another popper, hot reholstered, grabbed my shotgun, hit 1 or 2 poppers, and by that time I was able to swing. Hit 1 popper, was able to swing up and go click with my shotgun because it decided it didn't want to load the second round, so I had an FTE there. Was able to rack that, clear it, get the second clay, and then clear up the rest. I think I had 4 poppers that I had to clear up with pistol after my shotgun ran dry. So that was my first stage of the match, and that really fun stage. Like, I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it's cool.
Overall, the good match. You know, obviously I wish my gear ran, but it's really on me, so I just gotta figure that out. We did some more, guys did some more gun builds, and so now I have 3 AKs. Because the guys went Monday and built some AKs, and I only have 2 in my possession right now, though, because one of them stayed behind to get an FRT trigger put into it. So
You can have all the cool stuff at your house, Kyle.
it is getting there, yeah. Definitely more built rifles now, because that case that I bought at SHOT Show is full +2 right now. So I mean, those AKs are gonna be cool. They're all. It's interesting. They all got the dong furniture for them. I guess that was just the cheapest furniture for them that they could get. So yeah, that'll be there. Also, leveled up my my gear hauling. So while we were out there after the experience with loading up and driving to Arizona, Craig and I were talking. We were talking. I was like, no, I really need a trailer. So I ended up buying a little 4x6 by 4.5 foot enclosed trailer, tow behind the Jeep, and I gotta give an early shout out to everybody, because a lot of people, most of the people, donated money to that trailer for hauling the gear, so it made it a lot more affordable for my pocketbook. So yeah, shout out to the Alberta 3 Gun crew for helping out with that. That was amazing and greatly appreciated. So yeah, that's parked. I'm not unloading it because we are starting to move next week, and I don't want to unload that whole thing twice. and that. So yeah, next.
You should just
So,
do
yeah.
it once. Unload it once, and when you get there, so that you can come back to your house and use that trailer to.
That's
Really, you're not going to get movers or anything, are you?
No, that trailer will come in handy for the move for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that's the plan. Is once we get possession of the house, I'm gonna haul that over there. I just have it parked in our garage here right now, and unload it at the new house. So next week will probably be, next week will be the last show from here. So
It's exciting.
So yeah, but that's it. I gotta get those guns running for Texas because in a few weeks I have Texas multi-gun. So
Nice.
moving a Texas multi-gun going on right now.
Coming up.
Oh,
soon.
so you just love your spare time, tons of it. Hey?
You know I typically have no spare time, so
That's what's funny. Also, I just gotta ask, did you just decide no sunscreen, or
I never wear sunscreen, and this is not burn, this is tan.
There's an entire
Yeah,
song about
that-
how important
seriously,
it is to wear your
so-
sunscreen, Kyle.
What's that, Dave?
There's an entire song about how important it is to wear your sunscreen. Send it to you.
It's the first day, I think over the first couple of days, I got just a touch. Like I went to shave the sides of my head. It's like, okay, that's a little sensitive. But the rest, no, I didn't burn. I never wear sunscreen. So
Oh my god, I would actually disintegrate in that sun without it's. Yeah.
you
and
would.
don't think I didn't notice when I was looking at everyone on the cameras, and I'm like, okay.
I picked up a bit of color too. It's not noticeable, but
I was gonna say you still look pasty white. Not as pasty white as Dustin, but you're sort of partway there.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have lots of melanin in my skin.
But it's a great time with everybody that comes out. So
yeah, it was.
That's awesome.
Okay, I think we've gone through everyone. Let's get into upcoming events. HG Firearms Training. I'm gonna have a event on April 11th and 12th. Pal our pal. It's almost already sold out. 3-gun matches. April 4th at Sherwood Park. April 11th at Chaz. Maple Seeds, Lone Butte will be April 26th. Rocky Rod and Gun will be May 3rd. And I think we're working on one for Sherwood Park in May as well. So take a look at those. BTSA, do you want to talk about that one, Tony?
I think he has
not
stepped
back yet.
away.
He has stepped away. Okay. There's a steel challenge on March 29th. Going practice score to register. Next on to news. Supreme Court is a go. Is that new from this week or last week?
Yeah, no, that's
This week.
from this week. Yeah, because that was decided on Thursday.
Yeah.
Show was on Wednesday.
Do you have any details on it? What does this mean? What does it
So
all mean?
all this means is that the Supreme Court is going to hear our challenge, which means they recognize that there may have been, at the very least, something that was questionable within the rulings prior to, right? So the Supreme Court agreeing to at least see this, that means that, that there's something that's worth them taking a peek at.
Mhm.
But, now they could expedite this. They could take 18 months. If you ask Gary, it's going to be 18 months to 2 years. So why even bother? We should just
Give up
destroy
now.
all our guns right now. However, because the Supreme Court is going to see this does open up the door for that also wonderful, reprieve through the court system, right? So like we can apply for a stay again.
I was kind of wondering if with the Supreme Court accepting it, if that would be grounds for a stay.
Yeah, there is a door there. There is also the door for the amnesty to get extended. There's a couple of avenues that could be gone through. However, I will also say the government could end run us all and just ban everything in legislation, and then the Supreme Court would just drop us.
For sure.
They should still do it anyway because OICs are bullshit and they
Yep.
shouldn't exist and they're unconstitutional and immoral and a horrible, horrible thing that was never designed to ban billions of dollars worth of stuff. OICs are designed for, hey, we're going to hire this guy or we're
Yep.
going to raise the grain quota slightly.
They were meant for minor adjustments to existing legislation and are expressly not meant for banning firearms. And it is suspected that that is probably the biggest question that the CCFR has challenged. The legal question around why is this here? Why is this little stipulation within the law that says you cannot use OICs to ban firearms that are, again, in the opinion of the governor and council, what's the verbiage?
Cannot be banned if they are in the for the governor and council opinion of are
appropriate
sporting usage.
or hunting purposes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but that is weasel. That whole we've had that discussion before. That is weasel wording to make the hunting people feel warm and fuzzy. They can't ban my stuff. It doesn't say can be proven to be appropriate or historically have been appropriate. It is in the opinion of, and opinions cannot be incorrect. So they have to have a legal argument about the fact that that again is bullshit, because you can demonstrably prove that AR-15s are sporting rifles historically, and that the Liberal government unbanned them to allow them to be used for sporting purposes in the past, thereby recognizing that they are in fact sporting firearms and allowed them for 50 years. But they just go, well, in our opinion, they're no longer appropriate.
Yeah.
That is
now
crap. That should
but again, that's very likely the crux of the strongest issue that they're challenging. That, having something in legislation can't mean nothing, and you can't put something there like the government can't. Well, in our, that's like saying, the police investigating themselves. Like, we've investigated ourselves and we found we did nothing wrong, right? Like, that isn't a purpose in law. So that's probably the biggest question to be asked, and we'll find out more. I don't know. We don't even know when they're going to see us, what the deal is going to be yet. It was decided on Thursday that they're going to see us, though.
Given who's in charge of the Supreme Court, my hopes are not high, but
they shouldn't.
It is a good sign that they are at least willing to look at it.
I have seen multiple people make arguments that the Supreme Court, like winning at the Supreme Court, is statistically a coin toss. They haven't seemed to rule consistently favorably with the government that put them in power, even though Trudeau did put 6 of the 9 justices in their seats, which would have anybody setting their hair on fire if it were a single conservative prime minister who did the same thing.
Of course. Same as Senate seats.
Yep. It's okay when our team does it. It's not okay when the other team does it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Fingers crossed that my skepticism goes out and they're like, yeah, all of this is crap. What the hell is going on? No.
No.
We should go shoot ARs again. Be great.
Yeah. Pierre Poilievre was on Joe Rogan.
Shooting versus that happened.
Yeah, he brought a gift from Black Box to that one.
Yeah,
kind of like a trophy kind of a thing. Hopefully to leave out, so that we've got this Canada leaf, this maple leaf that is on the show from now on.
Yeah,
pretty cool. Go check out Black Box Customs. They're a Calgary business. They can paint your gun.
They do very fancy things. Sweet work too. Their stuff is so sexy.
Yeah.
Did any of you listen to the podcast?
Front to back, yep.
Well, what are the highlights, Dustin? I didn't get a chance to listen to it. I was out of country. And
it was really, really good. So like the first 30 minutes, I think he made a spectacular show of I am not the guy that they have said I am in every way possible. And the fact that he managed like a 2.5-hour podcast without a single slip up, right? So there was a couple moments that like Rogan left him an easy open to take a swipe at Trudeau over the his dad being what's his name? Castro, thank you. Another
dad, as he said it, and Pierre
and Pierre's like, no, not a thing. He unequivocally said, I will not bash, my prime minister on foreign soil. broke down how our government works. He did really, really good in a way that even the most leftiest of left talking heads are like, they're trying to find ways to be like, well, they're just talking to an audience that doesn't, they're already for him. So it doesn't really, like, the hand wringing over it is hilarious.
It was
The
pretty
last,
I don't
funny.
think
CBC had a thing about it, and I'm like, what are you people doing? He actually did pretty well. It's
I
okay to
don't
admit
I don't
it.
think leftists would listen to that podcast regardless.
I think a few of them listened to that podcast
Yeah.
looking for something to have a problem with. And I promise you, they had 2.5 hours and found nothing. Nothing. The last 30.
Crazy thing about that, like, he did talk for 2.5 hours, which is insane, to actually just sit down and have a conversation with somebody for, I don't think I've ever talked to anybody for 2.5 hours. Like, that's crazy. And he did a really good job. He sounded like an adult.
Yep.
And if you think about other politicians that could actually sit down and do that for a couple hours,
It's not a one.
our prime minister, no way in hell. That
Nope.
guy, I don't think could talk for more than 10 minutes, like,
Nope.
period, full stop. So that was really impressive, actually. And he sounded human. He actually sounded really relatable and just like a guy. It was good.
He also, I think the thing that I've taken away, because like I think the reason we're not going to have an election this spring is that Pierre set what the election would be about. It would be U.S. versus China. I really do. And he made an argument for, like, continuing to repair and grow and mend that relationship with the U.S. I think he did a great job. That's not just me, on Team Pierre here. I don't think I could talk for 2.5 hours without saying something that would get me in trouble. So
See this show.
oh yeah.
Challenge for our listeners. Go through all our back episodes. Find
No. Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that. Yeah. Oh, and then so you're missing a news item though.
No, it's going to be in the main topic.
Okay, fine.
If assuming
fine.
you're talking
Yeah.
about the one that I'm talking about.
I am. Yeah,
Are you?
fine. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be in the main topic.
Copy that.
Let's get into new gun stuff. 20-round shotgun mag for the Levar 12S lever gun.
Did you
Don't
buy
believe-
already or no?
I'm trying really hard to be responsible, Tony.
So
have no
you can be
idea.
responsible now because it's sold out and it's gone.
I know. They'll be back.
being responsible for adults. Cut it out.
So
I saw more.
yeah, they're everywhere.
No, I saw more than a 20-rounder.
Oh,
Well, what?
Really?
really?
You guys haven't seen them?
No.
No.
Okay, well, give me 2 shakes.
How
of the lion's tail
ridiculous
here, and
can you get?
we're gonna show you. Just give me 30 more seconds here.
All right, let's talk about the Savage 110
yeah,
RF.
No, talk about the warranty
Oh,
thing.
we'll talk about the Savage warranty change. So, to me, Savage warranty has always been I've heard it's been very approachable. I've experienced it's very approachable. They didn't ask for my receipt or anything. They didn't know if the gun's mine or not. They just said, okay, you have a problem. You describe the problem. You send it in. I did have to fight a little bit for them to send me a shipping label, but they did. So it actually sending the impulse there back home was free $99. Unfortunately, it didn't fix the problem for me anyway, but Adriel did test some of his ammo and that worked pretty good. So they're kind of changing their term of their warranty service. They're adding on to their standard Savage warranty, which is like the standard affair 1 year thing. And then they have a lifetime service agreement now. While the standard Savage warranty only lists 1 year period from the purchase date of a firearm, our service team has gladly helped thousands of customers with issues beyond that period. It's something that has been standard practice for our service team for a long time. So for 2026, we're putting that practice into writing with our limited service lifetime service agreement.
Oh.
Here's what's included. They have a bunch of things. So it's like the same.
You got to clean it. Yeah, you got to clean it. But other than that,
it's supposedly it's only for the original owner. I don't know why they write it that way because I think it could be a bigger marketing win if they just said any
So
owner
they
is
don't
okay.
have to honor warranties when you sell the gun, Tony. So it's not in
Yeah.
perpetuity.
I
Well,
guess, but
yeah,
they
it
don't
has to-
strictly enforce it from what I see. Like I come from more of a computer background where the worst example would be Corsair. They went public and then their warranty department went to crap. basically. They're like, oh, you didn't buy this. Oh, you can't find a receipt. Oh, F you. Off you go.
I had somebody else do something similar where I said, I have this part, it doesn't work. Do you have the receipt? I can't find it. And they're like, well, you can't prove when you bought it from us. And I said, it's got a 5-year warranty. You've only been making them for 6 months. So it seems pretty sure to me that they're not out of warranty.
Yeah. So that's really a lesson I've learned from my days working with a lot of computer components as a DIY person. Brands kind of differ. So far, my experience with Savage was okay.
This is beyond what most firearms manufacturers do. Most give you like a year or two, and that's it.
Cool.
And basically, what they're saying is like, yeah, a year, or if it's a defect, then we'll just fix it. And that's awesome. What I read here.
That's pretty cool.
A defect in workmanship or materials, and we'll just fix it regardless. You have to activate your QR code. You have to like register it within a month, but then you've got that lifetime for yourself, the original owner.
That's cool. Good for them.
Yep. Here, I found you the 30 rounder. There it is.
Wow. Oh my God.
Got this.
Oh my God. I can only get so erect, Adriel.
Yeah.
That is going to be so heavy.
I mean, you're not going to have any recoil for at least the first 15 rounds.
Look at that thing.
You can't even find a chest rig that big. How are you going to carry this thing?
Tony, in the gun. In the gun is the only place you carry that magazine.
I guess it's a 30-round wonder. That's all you get.
Yeah.
You have teammates. It's crew serve, Tony. You have a couple guys carrying those things.
Just doing the reload for you.
Just carrying them up.
Yeah. So I believe most of the Turk mags fit most of the Turk guns. So that would probably go.
Here's my question: why hasn't Pan Magazine made a combat for shotguns? On top, slap it, and then
these are probably cheaper to make.
Oh, that's funny.
That actually looks like a cartoon. It looks like something AI made.
Yeah, it's quite large.
It really does.
Magnum's got out their inexpensive pick rail stock, or
SBI. So
that's kind of cool.
It's real.
SBI has teased it.
Find another pick rail stock that's less than $250. You can't.
So
this is $140.
It's a really good option if you're going full SBI for your. It used to be that you don't have a great option for your stock. That's why I didn't go that way. You have your forehand, you have your lower, so to speak, that holds your receiver, but you never had a good stock option. You can get like a gray birch, like how Adriel had it, a Midwest, which is like $350. That's not cheap.
Neither the gray birch nor the Midwest, nor there's another one that's out there. None of them are cheap.
Yeah, they're not
They're
cheap.
all very expensive.
Or you have the kludgy solution of going AR buffer tube, but then what's really the point?
Look how light this is. Look, that you cannot do the air buffer tube for as compact and lightweight as that. If you want like a super lightweight 1022, to
be honest, this is not even that much more expensive than AR buffer tube 7. Your stock is $50. Your buffer tube adapter is another $50.
Yes,
looks very cool.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, I want one.
What happened to your gray birch?
It's over there.
It's
the same thing. This one looks like it's all plastic, so it's going to be lighter. But
is it all plastic? I saw it's aluminum.
I don't know. I honestly don't know what it is. I'll have to ask for one so I can
review it.
Tell you guys.
Give it a proper evaluation.
Yes, I would like to do that. Savage teased this like
no. Stop. Huh? I'm gonna give Tristan the benefit of the doubt. 6061 T6 aerospace grade aluminum. So it is aluminum. Weight is 296 grams, under a pound. Not folding though. That will give you.
You don't want folding for the
folding.
tiny little guns that we're making.
Yeah.
You don't want a folding stock.
You gotta have overall 26 inches.
Unless it's not folding. If it's not folding, then you don't need to have the overall 26 inches.
Well, it would be included in the overall 26 inches if it's not folding. Then you can have a super short barrel, right?
I think the folding one is longer anyway.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Neat.
Okay, now the Savage. They took their 110 and they made it a rimfire.
Which is
like full-size rifle.
interesting.
Yeah.
I know there's always
That's
kind of
cool.
the two approach to rimfire. There's more like the CZ 457 kind of approach, a rimfire gun built as a rimfire, where there's more of the Rimax, like Savage
Voodoo
7.
is also this full-size style.
Sorry, not Savage. A Remington 700 kind of pattern gun, AICS magazine that's 22. There's benefit and drawbacks to both. If you only shoot rimfire, there's not really a great point for having a long stroke.
But if you want
Yeah.
both for
This is more of
training,
a
for center
training
fire.
gun. Yeah, for sure.
They say that, but they say like, oh, it's for training for your center fire. But I think the guys who get this far into the rimfire like end up shooting the rimfire as their main jam. But maybe there's some crossover. Yeah, that's the whole idea. I'm just gonna rip out some features here.
I've seen people with two Bagaras, a big and a small Bagaras at BTSA. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you need the local shooting scene to support both of them. If your local shooting scene is
For
rimfire
sure.
only, then you'll just do the rimfire. If your local shooting scene is both, then maybe you do both. It's got a changeable bolt throw, so you can either do the 22 or a 308 length of throw. So that's swappable. It has a front locking bolt. The bolt locks at the front. On a 22, that's very odd. Most of them just use the handle that turns around.
Yeah. Huh.
Threaded bolt handle to swap bolt knobs, threaded muzzle for suppressors, fluted barrel, 10-round full-size magazine. So it's got like a big bulked-out magazine, so you can use your standard mag pouches. Most of the parts are swappable, the 110. So the trigger, you can use any Savage short-action stock with this one. It's got a 20 MOA rail, a Bent's match chamber, and 1,000 US or so. There's 3 different versions. There's going to be a Magpul one. I use a Magpul Hunter stock. That one uses the shim style for the length of pull and the stick-on cheek rests, which, okay. And then they've also got the RF Core, which this one uses a spring-loaded length of pull and a dial cheek rest. So
that's more
it's better.
The one we see at SHOT Show.
Yeah, this would
Well,
be
it
better.
means you don't need a toolkit to change your length pull if you need to change it,
or extra
parts.
parts. Yeah, exactly. So that's going to be the better one. And then they also have the MDT, like the Elite Precision. That one uses an MDT ACC chassis. So that one's going to be the better one. It's got a dial adjustable cheek and length pull, ARCA and M-LOK,
Nice.
and the competition Accu trigger.
Ooh, the ounce
Very
trigger.
nice.
Ooh,
Yeah, the real light one.
very fancy.
Yeah, kind of neat. Kind of
Pretty
neat.
expensive though. Jeez.
Very expensive. There's going to be a very expensive.
Well, comparing to a lot of the match guns, it's not as bad. Yeah,
it's competing in a pretty crowded market, though. It's
for
competing
sure.
with the
They're kind of a
457s.
latecomer in this.
Yeah, Tika's T1X, and shoots, IBI's stuff that they're doing through Ultimatum,
lots of
Voodoo.
Deduce.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of competition in this area, so they're gonna have to come out with something that's got like more. I don't know. Maybe it's more reliable, or maybe it's easier to tune, or maybe the price is gonna be better. I'm not sure. We'll find out when it hits the market.
I can see if your gopher season is somehow really far away from your hunting season, and you for some reason shares the parts between your 2 hunting guns, and you're gonna swap parts around. I don't know.
Nah, for shooting gophers,
Hypothetically.
you're not going to want to carry around something that heavy and big. Those are for competitions.
I mean,
But
if
I'm
you're
gonna-
a sissy, you wouldn't.
Okay, I'm a sissy, but I also like to shoot hundreds of gophers, not just like 1 or 2. Main topic. Dustin, did you want to take over to do our main topic?
Yeah, I can do that. I've got the video here. I was actually just scrubbing through it while you guys were talking, just to kind of.
It is
Skip
6
to-
days, 5
Yeah.
days, 6 days away from the last day of declaration.
Okay.
Tell all your friends.
Frame it for us. What are we about to watch?
What we got?
Okay, so for our listeners and viewers, Natty Pie and Public Safety Minister Gary Anandasangari got up in front of the cameras to let everybody know that it was very important. There's only 7 days left to take part in the firearms confiscation scheme if you are hoping to get $2 for your $5,500 rifle, which, I guess the money's running out. But anyway, so they did a big presser, and I took the liberty of saving the video so that we could watch a bit of it together. it's 15 minutes long. We won't scrub through all of it. I'm actually going to start it at a minute 30, just to, we'll hit on some of the points. The first point I think is quite interesting because it was a bit of new information. We find out how many people have actually enrolled. Let me just figure out sharing of the video here. One moment. Why is it?
Dave's cat is
Make
taking
sure you share
airtime.
with audio.
Yeah, that's probably more than just share screen. I should share the video file.
I wonder.
You can do share
Dave,
screen and do it. You just need to share tab audio.
Oh, okay.
Depending on
does
how you
your
do it.
cat like to eat gophers?
He'd eat
Without
deer if they
question.
were small enough.
I just gotta find it now. Sorry, I have.
I don't know. I was just thinking about all the bounties I can harvest from the
Oh,
land
there
and
it is.
feed to all the animals. It's great.
When are you going out to gopher shooting, Tony?
I don't think there's one planned out right now, but
Okay.
I might take the first match they have.
All right, let me just do a little. Let's scroll this back to 130 here. This is courtesy of the CCFR. They put the video up on their Facebook, and I just stole it. Let me just test this. Let's see if the audio works here, or if I got to tab something.
No audio.
In fact,
No
the audio
audio.
does not work.
Okay, give me 1 second. It's technical issues. All right. What do I have to do to turn the audio on? I haven't had to do this before. I can hear the
Hear your
cat.
cat
I can't
purring.
hear.
Is it the
Can you
cat?
really? My goodness.
I feel like she is
That's
purring.
adorable.
He is purring. I don't know. Oh,
Oh my god.
that's an aggressive cat. I don't
Right-
think they like
right
my
in the mic.
proposal of feeding them gopher.
Right in the mic
Try
there.
this again.
That is.
Is this the
funny.
problem, Dustin? Live tests are the worst tests.
I know, and I
Oh,
didn't
boy.
have time to do this before. All right, some
The
screens
two
let me
IT
share it.
guys here knows too
Share
well.
audio checkbox. Next window.
Fuck it, we're doing it live. Let's
We're
see
doing
what
it live,
happens.
guys.
It's the worst that can happen.
Oh, there's the. I got
Explosion.
it. I got it. I figured it out. There we go. All right, let's try it now.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
sorry
nice.
to blast everybody in the face with Gary. Ugh. All right. We hear that?
It's
Yeah,
a little
just turn up a little
quiet.
bit.
Try to
Yeah.
increase it.
Sorry. Here, let me.
There we go.
I got you, I got you.
That'll work.
A time for those who enroll.
That's better.
Yes.
Yep.
Is that all right? That's very loud for me. So I'm just gonna just do one thing here, just so that I don't blow out my hearing, and then we will listen to this together. Just got to.
Also, Gary's face is all smushed up right now due to the internet. It's great.
I'm
Gary's
fine
actually
with it.
AI. It's
Fine
just
with
Oh my
bad AI
God.
generation.
Oh yeah, this is all definitely not AI. All right, so
All
It
who
could
have
be.
prohibited firearms comes to an end. Right now, we have over 26,000 Canadians who have voluntarily
That's an interesting point
enrolled,
right there.
declaring over 51,000 firearms.
So I wanted to stop right there. So they gave us two pieces of information. Both of them are useful. One of them, we haven't been told how many people have signed up for this before now. 26,000 people, and they've collected data on 51,000 guns. So that's just about 2 guns per person, a little bit less. So that's I find that interesting because, like, I know there's going to be some people, maybe registered 3 or 4, a couple of folks that registered 1, but we're kind of averaging 2 guns per person, which kind of makes sense when you think about how many ARs there are. Like, most folks that bought one probably had a couple kicking around, or maybe other guns in that vein. So I just thought that was interesting, and I'm rapidly going to run out of points to fast forward to because I only got about 3 minutes into this before. But yeah, so what do you guys think about that?
I thought it was interesting. We'd never heard that before, and I was quite curious how many people had actually registered. So 21,000 people out of
2.2 million gun owners. Let me do the mathematics for you, but I'm pretty sure that's right around 1%. It's not good. It's not good if you're trying to get high, interest. And folks need to understand that they're lauding this as a big success. So
yes, they're spinning. They're spinning madly.
I'll bring in a different data point as well because we know during the first week it's around 22,000.
Yep.
So the taper off is pretty. It's not as significant as I thought it would be, but it's still pretty significant. So like
it seems like
the
it's been about
majority, half of
10,000
it.
a week. Like it seems like it's been about 10,000 a week, which makes sense. There's been lots of people that have been afraid. Like the fear mongering that they've done on this has been quite good. There's lots of people that maybe aren't as plugged in. I've talked to lots of folks at gun shows over the last few weeks who are like, I don't know what to do. Like, are we take part in this? Are we not? I wouldn't. Anyway, I'm gonna skip to 2 because Gary, God bless him. I love this. I love this part so much. This is like this is
So
a physics term for
interesting thought here. Look at Natalie. Look at the look on her face right now. So we are 1 minute and 59 seconds in, and she is still smiling and not looking unhinged. But if you haven't watched this before, remember that look she has on her face right now for a little later in the video, because she looks all smug and happy and perky.
Yeah.
October the 31st, when the current order in council is set to expire. So with that, I want to just thank everyone who has already taken their civic duty seriously and enrolled in the program, and we look forward to others.
So it's your civic duty, everybody. Just remember that it is your civic duty to give your private property to the government because they said so. Now he continues on here.
Doing the same. This is a critical part of the work that our government is doing, in addition to the number of legislation that's before the House to ensure the safety and security of Canadians. And we believe that removing these prohibited firearms is one additional step in that measure. So with that, I'd like to thank my colleague,
critical part of our government.
It's so critical. This is the only thing that they're doing.
You can't
buy so critical that it's taken them 6 years to even get to this point.
Well, there's that.
I must have blasted past it. There's a great bit where he likes to remind folks that this whole thing is it's completely voluntary but also compulsory.
Until it's not.
Complying with the law is not.
Yes. Now, good old Natty.
I mean, complying with the law, no matter what it is technically voluntary. If you don't get caught or you don't get charged and arrested, you can do whatever the hell you want, really.
Yeah. All right.
For the listeners, this
this
show is for entertainment purposes only.
May I? From Compensation Program. Pierre Poilievre claims that we are, and I quote, confiscating hunting rifles and pop can guns that are used on farm. That we are banning farmers from dealing with gophers. In that compensation program, there is the Ruger Mini 14, which was used against me.
Did you just mention a word that I don't understand in English?
Ruger 14 Ruger 14. Yeah.
Ruger 14.
Is that the word for 14?
In French, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is I love this part, and it's a great little spot to pose it because this is where she starts to already fall off the cliff. I understand that she is not well. I don't blame her for being not well. I might not be well if somebody had showed up at my school and did something like this to me. I get it. But she has made it her life's work to ruin other people's lives because she is unwell. And she is now using the system that she has inserted herself into to attempt to do it, and is making an emotional appeal to folks instead of a factual or like rational, logical one. So I am not a gopher. I am not a pop can. This gun was used against me, so it's impossible that these guns could be of any value to anyone else. And I think that is both morally and logically wrong.
Firearm that was used at the mosque. There were some firearms that were used at Port Epic. I don't feel I am a duck or a gopher or a pop can.
No, you're a crazy person and you need some help.
She does. And there's a thing in psychology where you learn about relationships, and they say that other people's triggers and other people's trauma is not your problem. And she has made both of those things everyone in Canada's problem, and cost everyone in Canada a huge amount of money. Every man, woman, and child in Canada has paid her for the last 30 years tens of billions of dollars.
Yep. Her feelings are responsible.
Oh, Dave, where are you getting this paying her tens of billions of dollars thing you just said there?
Well, they've paid in the
$2 billion in the long gun registry.
Sure. Okay.
Billion.
Yeah. 2
Yeah,
billion
and
for the
then-
long gun. Not to her specifically, but on the
Not to
whole
her
gun
personally,
on
but-
gun control.
because of her.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I agree with
Not
that.
her personally. I'm sure she's made a good living off it. But
Oh, she has
Yeah.
made a good taxpayer living, but no, we've paid billions of dollars for multiple
billions,
successive.
billions.
Anyway,
So please help us stop that disinformation.
I love it. I just
Please.
help us stop that disinformation. Like, that's not disinformation. What she is actively conducting here is disinformation. Oh my god.
There's
Oh,
my
she-
pop can gun. I have
there it is.
literally shot pop cans. I haven't shot gophers because
Oh,
it's
you haven't-
restricted.
Right.
But I know friends that have shot gophers with now prohibited long guns. Literally know this to be a thing.
So would you call what she's just said disinformation then, perhaps?
Call it an outright lie, because why use a big word when a little word sums it up quite nicely and everyone understands what it means? She is lying through her teeth.
I would agree, and I think we're going to see some more of that. Let's find out.
Canadians deserve to register and to get their money back. They are.
Yes, we
honest,
deserve the money back, but
outside
are you going to give
completely
the money
bought
back?
Their firearms honestly. With
Yes, we
goodwill.
did. Yes, we
And
did.
we recognize
Only true
that,
thing she said
and so
there.
that's why there is that compensation.
That's why there's that $2 compensation, because you bought your gun, goodwill, and it,
Honestly, yes. And
You took a joke and
But
made it literal. Yeah.
yeah.
if they are not registered by March the 21st, they won't be able to recuperate that money.
You won't be able to get your tuning
you
back,
won't
you
be
guys.
able to
That
recuperate your money.
information
That's the
It
thing.
doesn't take long. It's just a few minutes.
Oh, it's so
and by
simple to
March
turn in your
31,
soul.
They'll be able to recover their money. There's still 19,000 models that are accessible for hunting, for sports shootings, so they can
Pause
practice.
right there.
This
Pause
drives me bananas. There are 19,000 models completely available. I want to know a couple of things. How many of those models are still actively in production and for sale? What are the actions and types that those models comprise of? How many of those models are actively in use in any of the competition shooting sports recognized worldwide, not even just in Canada? I want to know how many of those 1,900 models that are supposedly
19,000.
more than adequate. 19,000, thank you. 19,000, I want to know, because this sounds like a lot of bullshit to me.
Well, they don't want to learn about our sports or activities. For example, how many makes and models of firearm is still available for IPSC? Again, IPSC PCC World Shoot was a thing. So that's a globally recognized sport. And there was one model of PCC that's still available, if you can even say it's available. And that is definitely not the performance pick of champions. Just saying.
No.
What
Just
they
say,
did was
you
they went through the
single-
FRT and said, show us non-prohibited firearms. It's
That's,
19,000.
that's
There you go.
suitable for
All your
IPSC
muzzle
PCC,
loaders.
right?
Well, that's, yes, every gun that has ever had an FRT. That's like banning every modern car and saying it's totally fine. There's thousands of models that are available. People have been making
Model T,
cars for
come on.
like hundreds of. Before that, there used to be tons of little boutique, makers that make a few hundred cars, and that was it. There's thousands of models of cars for you. Like, yeah, you just can't have anything but modern because someone got hurt. Yeah.
Their activities. So please help us tell to Canadians
Please.
that we're not grabbing guns that are made for duck guns or gopher guns.
Liar.
But that's what they are.
That's
And
what they are.
just to add on to what you guys are saying, like if you look into Armalytics right now and you just say, show me all the non-restricted shotguns and rifles, and you kind of go from the top. The very first one is M40A1 by 66 Company. So it's like a little boutique-y, like 308 Rem 700. It's not a make and model. It's like a take and
Yes.
model off of something that exists out there. And the very next one here is a Coach Star by A Star in Spain, and I've never heard of those, never seen one of those. And in fact, like if you just start scrolling, you might actually need to go a couple of pages before you've actually seen one that we've heard as shooters who are on the range most weekends, right?
Yeah.
There's lots of stuff in here that there's pellet guns, AKAH side by side, never heard of it. Made in Germany. Okay, great. Yeah, there's a whole bunch. Like I would say I would probably argue that more than 3/4 of these guns are no longer in production.
Easily.
At least
Yeah,
easily.
at least. Yeah,
And
maybe at least, but maybe it's closer to 80% because yeah, I'm just going through right now and yeah, like AMT Hunter, like that's not none of this stuff is in production
There'll be
anymore.
guns on there that are 120 years old.
yeah, I would. Yeah,
Yeah.
that might be a fun follow up. I might have to aim an AI bot at trying to find out how many of those guns are actually actively in circulation for sale still.
Well, that'd be a hard one to do. Yeah.
Silly thing about this entire thing, just so people are, anybody who isn't happens to be familiar with the Mini 14, it is literally built from the ground up and designed to be a hunting rifle. There's a reason it's a Mini 14 ranch rifle, because it's designed to throw in your pickup truck when you're driving around the ranch.
Yes. All right. I'm so sorry. I'm going to hit play again.
We are fighting against assault-style weapon,
Oh, she
and
froze.
it's important that the real message is heard. Please.
The real message. It's really important.
Sir, how can Canadians have confidence in this program when so many police forces are saying that they want absolutely nothing to do with this?
Thank you very much. Look, different police services have made decisions on their participation on the recovery of these firearms, and I respect their decisions. What will not be optional
tell you to
for
F
police
off.
services is the enforcement of these laws as of October the 31st of this year. So we anticipate and we expect every police service to abide by and to uphold the rule of law in Canada, which involves ensuring that those critical components of the criminal code are
Can you just pause that for a
implemented and
second, Dustin?
Sorry?
It's not actually true.
No.
The provincial governments or even municipal governments can choose and have chosen not to enforce federal law. in
BC,
the
right?
past.
That's
BC
like-
chose not to enforce marijuana restrictions, and
Marijuana.
Quebec
Way more than that.
they let dispensaries operate, and they're like, no, we're not going to charge you for these federal crimes. And
Yep.
Quebec in the 70s also chose to allow clinics to provide abortion services when that wasn't legal federally. So it is something that has precedence and something that some provinces have chosen to do, where they just say, oh, we're not going to enforce that here.
Quebec right now is apparently literally saying to doctors, hey, MAID works this way, so this is technically murder, but if you provide MAID in this murder way, we're not going to actually charge you, so feel free. So Quebec is actually saying murder is okay.
Yes.
By
Wait,
federal
what? I
laws.
did not know that.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the restrictions that we've got on MAID in other places, they do not have in Quebec. So yeah, it's really interesting. There is precedent set for he's lying, he's wrong.
As per the program that on the collection component of this program, we do have a plan in place for
you
most of
don't.
Canada involving the RCMP. In
No,
the
they
case
don't.
of Quebec, we have certainly the Quebec who are partners in this. We have additionally a number of smaller police services as well who are taking part. And we anticipate that we will be able to complete the program as anticipated.
Do you see it as important to
Pause
bring
for one
more
sec.
Court.
Sorry.
So the RCMP last week just released a thing where they said essentially, yeah, we can't recruit enough people to actually meet our operational needs. So how he's planning on having the RCMP collect possibly 2 million firearms across a country, which is many million square kilometers, is a mystery.
Well, the thing is that he's already told us, the public, that they don't have a plan. That their plan is that the police
no,
can't
they've
do
said that
this.
they're going to do mobile collection.
Show me the
something.
truck.
No, I more mean I
Something
meant the
mobile
recording.
collection.
I meant his earlier recording where he recognized that they can't accomplish this. But yeah, I know they want to do mobile, but
Show me the trucks, Gary. Show me the presser with you standing in front of the truck demonstrating how everything works. I want to see it.
Have
He
the
would
final
love it.
say. But what I can say is that over the last several months, we have been working towards the implementation of this program, and we're
He
rolling
looks
it
so
out in a way
uncomfortable.
that is to be accessible to Canadians. The Supreme Court matter where the Supreme Court gave leave for this matter to be heard is at a very early stage of the Supreme Court process, which will take anywhere from 18 to 24 months to conclude. This is routine in Canadian Canadian laws were implemented. It is routine, as you're aware. We have challenges to through the courts in virtually every instance a new legislation or a new regulation is introduced. So we look forward to
pause that for a sec, Dustin.
our position at the Supreme Court level.
So he's claiming right there that pretty much every piece of legislation they pass gets challenged in court. I would bet that's crap.
Yeah, I like the whole concept. Well, it's like 18 to 24 months, so it's not really a big deal, and we need to get.
We would just hope they won't file an injunction or anything like that.
Yeah. Did you also notice, is he looking at a teleprompter? Because he's like looking at his feet half the time he's talking to these people. Like he's not making a lot of eye contact, and he looks very uncomfortable.
Natty doesn't look pleased either. Look at
no, he's starting to get twitchy.
Two lower courts, so the federal court as well as the Federal Court of Appeal, they were absolutely clear in their declarations, and we're very confident that we'll be able to defend our position at the highest court.
Well, if the Supreme Court would to agree with you, then
what I can say is that
they would just
the way that our
say
system works is unless there is a ruling, what stands is the decision of the highest
unless
court.
There's an injunction.
Court of Appeal.
Minister, your department said that it had money for about 136,000 guns. Fewer than 50,000 have been declared. What does that tell you about the uptake and the interest in this program from law-abiding gun owners themselves?
Here comes the spin.
I think that a third is still a very, very good number.
Very, very good number.
Of the total amount we believe is in circulation.
I have
to
lie.
Total amount in circulation.
Yeah.
Bullshit. They know that's a lie. I cannot stand this one because there is no good excuse. They know that's a bald-faced lie. Yeah. This is how many we believe are in circulation based on this is the number of registered, formerly restricted that there are. There are none, not a one. It's not like non-restricted semi-auto firearms sold at like the pace of like 5 to 1 or anything like that. Because they were more useful and could be taken more places. None of them. We've never sold a one in Canada.
What do you mean, Dustin? There's only like 7 SKS in the whole country.
I cannot.
There's definitely not people out there with crates of them. 5.
I own more than 7 SKS.
I know, exactly. It's great.
Sorry.
They know it's a lie, and they're deliberately only talking about their 136, because there's 126,000 restricted, and then 10K, whatever.
Yeah.
But they can't say, well, we actually know there's at least 500,000, maybe up to 2-3 million, maybe, and we got 50,000 registered. You cannot spin that as a success, no matter what happens. 50,000, a third, you can maybe make that.
You can try. You can lie about it.
You can try,
of
but
course,
1%
the number they won't release is how many restricted versus non-restricted firearms are registered in the program right now. And I think that number alone would throw the ratio off completely. Just my opinion.
Curious. Yeah.
I don't know if you are one who c'est quoi l'impôt en anglais? Is fiscal.
Look at Gary, he doesn't know.
C'est quoi? Pay taxes report at the end. So we believe that these last 7 days are really, really important. It doesn't take long, and it can make a real difference. And I reiterate,
real difference. Sign the rights away. So easy to do it.
Still, hunting guns, we are against. We are taking back assault-style weapon that were recognized as designed to kill. And most Canadian, more than 70% of Canadians, are in agreement with that project. And
where did that stat come from?
That is an actual true thing. So statistics and surveys are very interesting, because if I go to people on the street and I say, hey, do you think the Canadians should be allowed to use assault weapons which are used to murder children? People will say, no, are you insane? Plus, people just don't know about guns, period, but everybody has to have an opinion on this stuff. If I go to them and say, hey, Should target shooting rifles that are only allowed to be used on a registered range by people that are vetted by the RCMP nightly be seized for political purposes to get votes in Quebec? All of a sudden, the answer would probably be, well, that seems silly.
Yep.
So it all depends on what you ask.
How you ask and what you asking.
Big
Yep.
time. And how educated people are about the situation.
Yep. Which is not very,
Which is
unfortunately.
for most people, it's not very. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell you then that the majority of police forces and provinces say they don't agree with this program.
So let me look. The majority of police services initially, when the bill was introduced, were supportive
Gary.
of a program such as this. The Mass Casualty Commission report in Nova Scotia specifically asked for measures around ensuring that assault-style firearms are off our streets.
Pause for a sec.
No one supports
Oh,
the
shoot.
assault-style
I screwed it
firearms.
up. Sorry, guys. I did. I hit the wrong button. I'll fix it.
So if I recall correctly, the Mass Casualty Committee, which was put in place by the Liberals to essentially just parrot their gun ban stuff they were talking about at the time,
Yes.
said that they wanted all semi-automatics banned.
Correct. Yes, they did. All right. Sorry, we were in and around it.
But the interesting thing is, dude took 13 hours to kill 22 people. You could literally do that with a 10-22 or possibly a muzzle loader.
You could do it with a knife. The Saskatchewan mass knifing situation has explained that.
Yeah.
Or a vehicle.
Yeah.
In
At
BC,
Vancouver, we learned
very
that.
fast.
They didn't.
Just
You
saying.
know what? My MP didn't want to talk about that too much. It was really interesting. Yeah,
really?
they won't
They didn't wanna-
logic.
They didn't want
No.
to ban white vans because they're
Well, they didn't wanna-
style vans.
Didn't want to ban assault style SUVs. Yeah, having 2-ton killing machines that are designed expressly for only killing as many people in the shortest amount of time as possible. Is in a conversation that
Your
I had.
horsepower rating has to be 100 or below because more than that is irresponsible. You don't need that much power.
Yeah.
Your car has to be lightweight. I don't know what else you put to make your tires has to be square because you can't go faster that way. I don't know.
Let me find this spot again.
Still, I don't know if you are at the end. I reiterate, we're not removing or grabbing until hunting guns. We are against, we are taking back assault weapons that were recognized as designed to kill. And
By who? What engineer from every gun company, from every gun that you banned, did you talk to? Where is your evidence that these guns were designed to kill? As Dave said, the Ruger Ranch rifle was designed ground up. You want to talk about the Robinson Arms XCR, relatively recent case of a civilian firearm designed for civilian purposes. This is another talking point that drives me bananas. Because, it's designed to kill. Oh, really? Where is that information coming from?
It's in the manual.
Right. I
Only
think
use this to murder children on a schoolyard. Oh, okay. That's step one. Good to know.
I'm going to be honest. I'm literally using firearms every day right now. We haven't killed anybody. They are designed to fire a cartridge. That's what a firearm is designed to do. And not even necessarily shoot a projectile. I have played with guns that were designed not to shoot projectiles. This idea that these guns were designed exclusively for killing drives me crazy.
most Canadian, more than 70% of Canadians are in agreement with that project and that program.
I also want to see the stat. I want to know where they're pulling that from, because it's got to be like another of these stupid polls, right? Like
it is. I can't remember which one it was, but it was some stupid poll somewhere.
But they don't seem to.
Stupid question.
But they also don't seem to reference or even want to talk about the only outreach that they did to the Canadian public being the one survey that the government did, where it was overwhelmingly not supported. We don't talk about that. Well, the gun lobby got involved in that.
Yep.
Then that the majority of police forces and provinces say they don't agree with this program.
Let me look. The majority of police services initially, when
I think we saw this one.
Yeah, we did. I'm sorry.
Ensuring really has very little boundaries, and they have been aggressive. And
sorry.
what I can
Here it
tell
is.
you is that there is a very strong lobby, a lobby that really has very little boundaries, and they have been aggressive in their
We've been
attack
aggressive.
on
Their
this program.
rights.
They
They're
have
so
tried to
aggressive. They're
undermine
carrying guns to
businesses.
legislatures.
We've undermined police
wanted to be
services.
part of the program. They have tried to undermine politicians that have wanted to be that are supportive of the program. But at the end of the
Like
day, I think
Gary.
Canadians have spoken. Over 20.
He thinks Canadians have spoken. Which ones?
The stupid thing about this whole thing, other than just this is dumb, because people aren't educated, and if you ask them, H2O kills a large number of people. You should sign a petition. People
Do you
will
know
literally sign
every
it.
single human being that breathes on this world will die?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
No, that whole
6,000
Canadians have spoken. No, the
Yeah, which
overlords
ones?
have spoken because there was an election on it. There wasn't a referendum on, hey, should we do this? It's no, you're doing this.
There wasn't even an honest conversation
No.
about it. We literally didn't have a conversation in the House over this. They just decided for us.
Canadians have registered, have enrolled in the program. That is
There's a lot of guns in Canada. A lot of people have guns. 26,000 doesn't sound like a
Well,
lot.
if I may finish,
If I may.
individuals who have put their names forward and who have registered, and there are over 51,000 firearms that they have declared. So I believe, and I'm cautiously optimistic that we have another week to go.
Got one
and
more week.
During this week, I encourage and urge every single Canadian to ensure that they enroll in the program. What I will say is, as I said initially, being part of this voluntary program is strictly voluntary. But what is not voluntary is compliance under the Act, which as of October the 31st.
What topic are we answering again? Weren't we talking about the poor take up with police forces? Now what are we talking about?
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
answering the question he once asked, not the question that was asked.
I also just love he's bringing up. Yes, it's totally voluntary, but it is going to be compulsory very shortly.
It's voluntary until we show up with a SWAT team at your house.
Mm-hmm.
Illegal for individuals to hold on to these prohibited firearms.
What do you make of the RCMP in BC have not yet released what weapon was used in the Tumbler Ridge shooting?
My understanding is that they will be questions that people of Tumbler Ridge deserve answers to. This is one of them. As you're aware, there's a
Gary. There's an ongoing investigation. Go away.
Progress was just
Yeah.
starting phase. And over time, I've committed to this. Premier Eby is committed to it. Minister Krieger is committed. We will be there with the community every step of the way. The questions that desperately need to be answered will be answered. And as the RCMP concludes its investigation, they will be releasing more information on the issues around the type of firearms, issues around the
Where
red
they
flag
came
laws.
from.
A number of questions that I think Canadians
They're not interested in that.
rightfully
No.
have a demand to know.
Do you know what the weapon was?
No, I don't.
Get out of the way,
Out of the way,
Gary.
Gary. Oh, Natalie's coming through.
Was used.
You have the answer of the
You
What
have
do you
the
think the
answer.
government should
Now
do?
she looks mad.
Any of this is not going to be completed.
She's pissed.
Seems like the compensation side of the program is ending this spring.
We will finish the compensation program. We Canadians deserve an answer regarding the SKS, and we will come back to it. But today, what is really important, and all views that are critics to the program answer to the gun lobby.
Yes.
Tracy called everybody up in Canada that isn't registering personally and said, "You answer to me if you register."
She's been busy. She's been calling 2 million people. I can't even imagine if she's sleeping.
Probably not.
That's
Interesting little point right there, though. She
Oh.
did say, remember what she said there? We're going to revisit the SKS.
Yep, they're not done. Well, because they look, the reality is they never wanted everything banned all in one go, because then you can't continue to make this an issue for multiple elections for years and years and years.
Yeah.
But the warm water doesn't boil the frog, right? You have to do it incrementally.
Yeah. All right.
And I am sure it's all across Canada. Right now, what we have to do is tell Canadians that there was some styles, some models of firearms that were banned. We want
Just some.
we
just a few.
created a compensation program because all those who bought that were goodwill people and they cannot use it anymore.
So pause for 1 sec. So if they're goodwill people that bought these guns, then how is there a problem, Natalie?
Yeah.
How is there an issue?
I like watching her lose it because I actually do think that she's really concerned that like they're almost at the finish line and they might fumble. She's put her whole life into this. 30 years, it would do my heart so much good to watch her just see this whole thing fail in front of her face because she has not been good faith at any point.
No.
Compensate them. And each time we say, oh, it's not a lot, you cannot work, it won't go, we're stopping them from recuperating the money they can have. And we have to tell that everyone who says that it's just dot guns or go for guns are not saying the truth. Those who were
They're not
banned
saying the
are
truth.
assault
I read
weapons,
lie.
And by March 31st, they can register, and so they will receive money for what they bought honestly.
Yeah, you'll receive a couple of bucks apparently for what you bought honestly. Maybe. But there's actually no guarantee.
Well, exactly. Yeah, you may not receive compensation. They just keep hammering on that. We're not taking hunting rifles. We're not taking hunting rifles. There's literally a shotgun there that says foul gun on it.
Yep. Single
But
shot
all
hunting
the-
rifles on there.
All the African
Yep.
elephant guns, like what?
And
What are
they
you
know
gonna do with it? You're gonna bruise your shoulder harder than you're gonna bruise your victims, and you have to do what, double O's every time? That's
they
gonna be
literally
really
know
efficient.
they're lying, Tony. They literally
they
know
don't
they're
care.
lying. They don't care.
No.
Because most Canadians, if you say, hey, we're taking hunting rifles, most people would probably go, well, that's not cool. People hunt. That's important.
Yep, that's what they're afraid of.
After that, they will be banned, they will be prohibited, and we'll see.
And
For
we'll
all
see.
the other
We'll
issues
see.
regarding the gun program, we'll get back to you. But today, what's important to keep in mind is there's only 7 days before the end of the compensation program. And stop disinformation, please.
Guys, stop the
Stop
disinformation.
information, please.
How are you connecting to legal gun owners and trying to get them to participate in this program? If you
My
keep
favorite
saying
bit.
it's a lobby, it's conservative.
Abby
These are
Bells,
people who
all
own these
caps.
guns. How are you? How's your government connecting with them?
We're writing to them directly, but the gun lobby, the website, the system.
Hey, gun nuts,
are
calling out you.
going over that.
Going over the
And,
writing.
We are
Yeah.
in a society where people do not listen at you, but listen at the gun lobby. People are listening at the news. So please help us, cite us in their website so they'll know that it's not more than what's already decided in
Oh, it's already decided.
2020,
They've decided.
2024 and 2025.
Pause
And
right there.
They can
So it is not going to be any more guns than 2023, 2024, and 2025, but
We're gonna come back to
ban the
SKS.
SKS.
We're gonna come back to the SKS. Yeah. So, but it's the same thing. It's voluntary, but it's compulsory. They're bullshitting out both sides of their mouth. Like, yeah, no, it was because like, hell, man, every time there was a ban, I bought a gun and it got banned because I got told we were done with the bans, and then surprise, we're not done with the bans. We're gonna
There's
revisit.
19,000 more guns you could buy that we could ban.
It's fine.
It could be good.
All right, we're almost there. We're almost there.
register.
finish
Please
line.
help us and
Help
stop
us.
that
Help us.
disinformation. And I'm also saying to my colleagues, the conservative,
Oh,
stop
those
saying it
conservatives.
when someone who would like to be a prime minister is saying something, and I quote,
And I quote.
confiscating hunting rifles and pop can guns. That's not what we're talking about when we're talking
Yes.
about an AR-15.
It literally is. Boom, mic drop from Natalie.
I want to real quickly thank the CCFR for clipping this video and sitting through that so that I didn't have to.
If you're watching this video, please go to the CCFR, CanadianFirearmsRights.ca, and
Don't
donate.
Don't forget,
Be a member.
It's Raining Guns contest is still ongoing
Yeah.
until the end of
Yes.
May.
Yes,
You
be
may
sure
be able to win one of the 100 guns they're giving away.
you can win any that I don't win. It's fine.
Firearms are firearmrights.ca.
There you go.
Wait, is it? I keep forgetting if it's the right way, wrong, or not.
You know you got it
You
right.
got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into emails. Are these updated?
Yes, they are.
Oh, there.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome.
Tony, I think you got to take the first one.
Oh,
from Eddie.
it's from Eddie. Hi, Tony. Yes, Lapua is fancy stuff. It's consistent, works well. I even use Lapua brass. Well, because I'm a real aficionado. And he attached some photos on top of that. I just did. I know Lapua is good stuff. It's either Lapua Alpha for a lot of these precision shooting things. I'm not one part of the member, as you can see, but I
Make
just
sure you have
didn't
free
know
brass.
Lapua had flat, like lead bullets. That's just beyond my thinking. Maybe they're like Olympic approved and they have to be lead or something like that, and they make it. I just don't know how the shipping thing will work. Like lead is soft, and they're like bashing into each other. Is that going to make it not as consistent?
Usually they put a little foamy on top of the container to keep them from rattling around too much. My Lapua ones always have a foamy on them.
Well, can you really stop them from on the bottom side from doing that?
It'll be
Eddie, if I have your
You're
permission, I'll
thinking too
probably
much.
post your photo onto Discord so you can see Lapua branded flat nose wad cutters. It is very fancy.
cool. I'll take this next one. Hey guys, I got a poll from Ecos in my inbox today. They set one on behalf of the federal government regarding the ASFCP. So of course I had to take it. I've attached some screenshots of the poll so you can see the questions that were asked. My favorite part was the end where it says this study dealt with topics that you might find distressing. If needed,
It's not how
we want to
trigger warnings
encourage you
work.
to
You put those
consider.
at the top.
Just one second. Let me finish it. If needed, we want to encourage you to consider using free mental health services. That was a quote. Like, what are they going to do? Offer me MAID?
You're not a Canadian Forces member, Adriel. Too soon.
I think the takeaway from this is that the government is desperate because they know this program is a failure. Why else would you be trying to gauge participation when the compensation program ends in a week? It's a complete disaster, and they know it. Anyways, I thought you might find this interesting. Feel free to share, anonymous gun owner in Canada. I can see why they might. So they might be trying to survey. Imagine you're some government cog, and you're trying to. Someone's saying like, I don't think we're getting very good participation. And then some people are saying, actually, it's amazing. We're at 50,000. We only wanted 130. We're almost there. We almost got them all. And then, so you have to, where do you get information on the lack of participation? Governments do polls. They just throw money at the problem. They're not going to estimate. They're not going to talk to industry to try to find out how many of them are. They're going to do a poll based on it to try to quantify that lack of participation. So I understand why they're trying to do it. I don't think they're going to get the right answer if they do it.
Yeah.
But
No.
What kind of questions were they asking? Out of curiosity.
Oh, he didn't put it in them.
oh,
So
yeah,
you
I
got
saw the
screenshots.
screenshots. Yeah.
Screenshots, yeah.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Okay, so if one of them is, if you had to choose, which of the following methods would you dispose of your firearms? Participate in the AFC as soon as I can and receive compensation for my firearms, or participate later and risk not receiving compensation for my firearms.
Are
Yep,
those the
that's a
only
good one.
options?
Those are the
That's
only
the
two
only two
questions.
options.
Oh, so
Yeah.
there's no pound
Give you
You
sand.
have
Figure.
to choose.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And risk, but they're not saying you won't get compensated. Interesting.
Well,
Interesting.
That's like saying it's guaranteed. Even if you do it as soon as possible, you're still not guaranteed it.
So I'm gonna change my answer. This is not to get information. This is to tell people about this because, like the other question that Kyle you're probably on right now is there are limited funds and the program operates on first come first serve. How likely are you to participate in the program earlier to make sure you receive compensation for your firearms? That's not that's a leading question. It's meant to give information, not to get information from someone.
Or to what extent does the idea of participating in the ASFCP make you feel?
Are all
Not
the
at all.
answers like go F yourself or
Well, it's like,
overthrow the government?
yeah.
Relieved, worried, angry, sad, confused, frustrated.
All of the
All of the above.
Yeah, you're right, Adriel. This is just an advertising thing.
How confident are you that you will be fairly compensated for disposing your affected firearms through ASFCP?
Very
0%.
confident, extremely confident. I can't believe how much money I'm getting. Oh.
How confident are you
$2.
that there will be legal consequences for not disposing of your affected firearms, such as losing your PAL and the ability to legally own firearms and or criminal liability for illegally possessing a prohibited firearm?
Option 3, we're going to ban all guns within 10 years if we get away with this anyway, so whatever.
I think
here we
that
go.
next question is a good one though. The biggest barriers.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Oh, I mean, I'm going too quick. Go ahead.
How likely, if at all, are you to replace the firearms you lose by participating in the ASFCP with other non-prohibited firearms?
Which we will then ban.
I tried that, and then I got fucked.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because Tony
Anyway.
tried that. Yeah.
Yep.
Go buy an SKS.
That'll get banned too.
On that too.
Don't, Adriel, did you not hear the minister say, don't encourage other people to buy SKSs? There are going to be legal consequences, sir.
I'm gonna revisit.
I'm
That
gonna
later.
cherry pick one of these, Kyle. Of the reasons listed below, which one describes the biggest barriers you face in participating in the program? Select all that apply. I do not think the
Dignity.
program will be effective. I think I would check that one. I'm unsure or confused about what I need to do. I don't think I'd check that one. My firearms are important to me, and I do not want to lose them. Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
I need more information on how the program will work. I think that's
Yep.
unsure or confused.
Yeah.
I do not think that I'll be compensated fairly, for
Yep.
sure.
Fair.
I think it will take too much time. I don't know. I don't know about that.
50-50. It's hard to say.
I'm unsure,
Giving you nothing
confused
takes a lot
about
of time.
which of my firearms will be affected by the program, and then others on there.
I assume all of them will be affected by the program at some point.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're
so they
quite a
actually had
different
two
thing.
decent questions.
Now
They
they're,
also there's more in here that's interesting.
they're
The
trying to
best
get you to do their work for them.
Kind
Oh.
of. Yep.
Yeah.
That is it. And then
Fair.
what methods are we using to collect firearms for destruction? And it says securely packing and bringing the firearms to a participating local police station, securing and bringing firearms to the nearest participating RCMP detachment, or securing and bringing the firearms to a mobile
Drive.
drop-off station, or not sure. I think that's tipping their hand as to how they think this is going to happen.
So they're asking
those-
people what they would prefer there.
They're actually going to offer, well, at least in Alberta, I think they're going to try to offer the mobile drop-off station, and then that's it.
Great. Your nearest participating RCMP detachment is 1,000 kilometers away.
I think it would be
But
Saskatchewan
the
for
mobile
me.
drop-off stations they could put anywhere. Just put a fucking dumpster up somewhere and say, drop your guns in there, right?
How do they check that? Do they
Put
give you a
put an
receipt?
admin there with 15 bucks an hour. Sorry, this is government. What am I thinking?
I don't
$30 an hour.
I don't think
to,
they could do that in Alberta, though, because they'd be arrested for trespassing, marched to the border, and thrown into a swamp in Manitoba.
Probably. Yeah.
What else they got?
I don't see. Yeah, I don't see a lot else here.
Yeah, like I mean, there's some
Deactivate.
that is like self-incriminating.
I think they're all
Really?
self-incriminating.
Well,
Yeah, but it is
Of
through
the
code.
options listed below, which ones best describes your plans for deactivating and disposing your affected firearms before the amnesty order expires on October 26th? I will dispose of or deactivate my affected firearms by participating in ASFCP. I will dispose of or deactivate without participating, or I will not dispose of or deactivate my affected firearms, or prefer not to say.
You're not going to self-incriminate on a
If I was
government
American,
school
I'd
like
plead
that.
the fifth.
Yeah, cool.
Interesting.
Well, thanks for sharing that survey with us. That's
Yeah.
insightful. Yeah, it tells us a
Didn't know
little
that
bit
was a
about
thing,
what the
so.
government thinks that they're going to do, and where they're feeling a little bit nervous,
I
perhaps.
wonder if they're in Ontario or something. Like, how do you get drawn for these polls? That's pretty interesting to me.
Well, I imagine the government can give ECOS a list of all firearms owners from the listing. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they have our email addresses
They'll
now.
just randomly pull. They'll randomly pull a sample size of X amount.
Exactly.
I've tried to get on more of these surveys, though. I don't know. I think they know how I feel.
Yeah, Tony, did you want to do the YouTube comments?
I'll do the YouTube comments. First, from Illegal Canadian. Dr. Deals is legit, but honestly, their online service, despite not taking credit cards, is better than their in-person service. That's very odd. I actually don't know where their storefront is at. The best thing about them is they will often have weird little things that you can't find anywhere else, and usually for a good price. Yep, check. Unfortunately, I didn't find my AR site-based adjustment tool, but they did provide me a crisp $10. So five guns.
I want to say that the NP29 is from Dr. Deals.
I saw your Reddit post about it, but I don't remember what gun it was for.
It totally is. Yeah, the NP29. That's
Ah.
from Dr. Deals. Yeah.
So I have a deep relationship with Dr. Deals then. Cool. Edit. Dustin, the BC CFO is federal, so her direction doesn't come from the province. That being
No, I
said,
know.
don't expect her to take any action. We have the homework from Eddie from last week's episode. Maybe Kelly should sign up for Starlink to get better internet connection. I think it's more of a LAN issue instead of a WAN issue, but that's me. The last part is mine.
That bit of homework is for Dave.
For
Next time
Dave
you're
to
at Kelly's
figure out.
place, or Tony, next time you're through there.
Apparently, I'm supposed to drive over to Kingston and unplug a router, plug it back in, and then go home.
Figure out what's going on with our Wi-Fi. Or
We need
whatever.
a more
Yeah.
permanent solution.
Wire it.
A hard wire. She needs something plugged into a wall somewhere.
Right? That right there.
Yep.
Problem
Fair enough.
solved.
Dustin, regarding blank firing, how does the solid plug screw into the barrel? Does it match the rifling size and twist rate?
No. So that's one of many things where a blank gun is really only ever good for blanks after we get done with it. We either one of two things. We will either completely replace the barrel, and specifically so that we can thread deeper. So you'll take a barrel blank that's like of a smaller caliber, so that you can get deeper screw grooves in. Because when you put a solid plug in, you don't want just crappy Chinesium screws. You want nice, deep, thick teeth, and you're screwing that sucker nice and deep into the
Wait,
barrel
it's like
of the
a
gun.
self-tapping situation?
Not a self-tapping. You tap it. All the barrels are tapped, which is why no blank gun is going to be super good for shooting a projectile ever again, even if you took the plug out of it.
I'd tap that.
You don't want a half inch of Chinese steel flying down range when you're doing a movie shoot.
No, that's why all handguns that you see in the movies, almost exclusively those barrels have been made from scratch so that they can be tapped deeper, so that the threading on the plugs, even for the blank adapters, even if it's got a hole, the threading, they're still going to want it to be as deep as possible, so that even if you did have the worst happen where somebody puts a live round in, you've got to it goes boom instead of it shooting something out down the barrel.
Cool.
Okay. I kind of want Kyle to do this one because it involves Espanol. Si, Senor Tony la Livezeta. Calibri is
Muy bien.
Burna? Oh, God.
Muy bien.
Oh, no idea. Yes, Tony, Caliber magazine is very good. You spell caliber wrong, Eddie. Come on. But other way, I'm gonna read that Calibri magazine.
It's Mexican now. Excellent.
The 32 Smith & Wesson long hollow base wad cutter (HBWC) are fairly easy to reload, like most other pistol rounds. I put a slight flare on the mouse before sealing them nearly flush. That leaves enough surface to put a slight taper crimp on them, which also removes the flare, with the amount of contact area between the wad cutter and the case when the bullet is seated almost completely inside. You don't need a strong crimp to hold them in. The design of the hollow base wad cutter allows the gas into the center of the bullet to push the rear section outwards as I move down the barrel. My theory is the soft lead expands to seal off the bore as well as engage the rifling better than copper plated versions, thus achieving better results. I've sent some pictures via email. Thank you for clarity. I do have a follow-up question regarding, do you need a special seating die? Because I don't think any of my seating die will go that deep. And all my seating dies have, a standard concave, so your bullet profile will go into that without scratching it too much. Do you have a flat thing? I guess maybe that's an option. And I think check with CamPro. I think they have hollow base plated options. I know they have a hollow base 9mm offering, so I don't know how that's going to work. And then we have two comments, one on shorts, one on Adriel's JTS E60.2 over under shotgun first look. So how was your experience, Adriel? That was from...
Shot a pheasant with it. I'll just reply right now.
Cool. Awesome. And then U001 0002. Of course, bans don't have an impact on crime because criminals, by definition, couldn't care less about following laws. And that is on the shorts we clipped off Dr. Noor on why recent gun bans may not reduce crime, and I will
Won't
be
reduce.
in agreement.
Yeah.
Agrees with that. Yay, Dustin's showing the book. So go buy the book.
Go buy the book.
Targeted by Dr. Nora Schwartz. That is all the YouTube comments we have for today.
Awesome. If you'd like to, we have an affiliate link on our website that points to Cabela's and Brownells. So if you want to buy something, buy it through there, and we'll get a little cut, and we'll talk about what you bought twice a year. Thanks to our supporters on Patreon. If you'd like to support us, you can find us on Patreon. I will be uploading some match footage to that one for the Superstition Mountain. Yeah, Superstition Mountain multi-gun match. I'll be putting some stages up there. Kyle, I guess we have to do like another stage breakdown video stream one of these days.
Yeah, we probably should.
Yeah, probably should. If you'd like to email, email the show, send an email to slamfireradio@gmail.com. Sorry, Dave, you mentioned something there?
I'll watch it.
There we go. I'll shout out Kyle for hauling a whole bunch of guns from his place and being the storage location of choice for Canadians who need to shoot guns in Canada in the U.S. And to all the other guys who are either roommates or out there shooting and representing Canada. I think we did a great job.
Nice. Congrats to you on getting second, Adriel. That's sweet.
I want to shout out Trevor F. Not the Trevor F that you guys are thinking about, but different Trevor F who was working with me today. It's been weird because the last name's really close to Furlot too. So every time I got a text, I'm like, is Trevor? No, not that Trevor. But he's now a listener and is probably listening to this episode. So if you are listening, Trevor, these are my awesome co-hosts. Thank you for listening.
Give Adriel the breakdown tomorrow. We want to hear, or Dustin rather. We want to hear what you thought about the show.
Yeah.
I'll give a shout out to Kyle for holding on to my little optics mounting thing. Shout out to Dave Knox for bringing it back to me. And shout out to Adriel. Good job on the match. Yay, podium finish. Representing Alberta and Canada, I guess. Did you have a Canada flag on your shirt? I don't even know. And I will give a shout out and recommendation to, again, on the Perf podcast, Adam Reiser, who was at a match. And he mentioned the Canadian crew for being crazy dudes who built their guns like the day before and go shoot the match and make the gun explode.
But it's funny that the American guy who built his gun before it didn't work, but the Canadians were okay. So, hey.
I don't know. I think as the traveling Canadians are as picky about things like, this is much better than the WK-180 we had a year and a half ago. 10 out of 10.
Low bar.
Yeah.
Too soon, Tony.
Kyle?
It doesn't throw broken pistons everywhere it goes. Come on.
I'm going to shout out all 17 people for making the trip down to Superstition. Shout out to the squad that I shot in. Half the squad was the Canadian crew. The other half were other guys, just local or whatever. It was a great squad to shoot on. Extra shout out to the housemates for an entertaining week and a bit.
Oh.
And
awesome.
Yeah,
cool.
Shout out to Adriel for giving me his prize. I'll have to talk about the prize that I pulled off the table next week because I forgot to talk about it tonight. But congrats on the third.
Michalik is 75. How do you think he placed out of 360 competitors overall?
Oh God.
I've
Top
heard
10?
on the perf they're saying
Not
like
top
10th
10.
place.
Okay.
He's 75.
Okay, fair. Top 30.
25?
Yeah.
Top 30. Yep.
Nice.
Is he like what 11th or something?
I think he was. I want to say 16th. What is that?
Wow.
He was in the squad ahead of me, and you know what? He was like running for patching too. I saw him like, oh, there's some steel stuff. Jogs over there, sets up the steel at 75 years old.
This is how you stay healthy, though. You got to shoot a lot of guns and do a lot of moves.
Lift a lot of steel.
He's 15th. He's 15th
Damn.
overall.
That's
Damn
wild.
right.
Overall,
Anyone who says like I can't do
wow.
this, I'm out of shape, or I'm too old is like
Too old for this shit.
you
There goes
don't got any excuses. That guy's
Steal up.
75 years old and he's rolling us.
That's awesome. Good for you, Jerry.
Cool.
That's wicked.
Okay. Join our Discord server. I'll probably be posting some photos from the trip out there. Watch us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Join the CCFR. I'll see you guys next week.
Good
Night.
night, Kelly.
Good night, Kelly.